Bonsoir, bonsoir tout le monde, j'espère que vous allez bien et que vous êtes en forme. Yo Valalax, yo mon amour. Alors je suis toujours un petit peu malade, je vous préviens, je risque de tousser, j'essaierai de me muter si j'ai le temps avant que la canne de tout arrive, mais normalement ça va déjà un peu mieux au niveau de la toux. J'ai plus le nez qui coule, donc pour me moucher ça sera pareil, je mettrai pause. Aujourd'hui on va partir découvrir Hitchhiker, ça va plutôt pas mal et toi Valalax? Aujourd'hui on va partir un petit peu fatigué. Aujourd'hui, on va donc partir découvrir Hitchhiker. Si vous êtes assez sur le live, on fera peut-être gagner le jeu. Voilà, on verra. On verra si vous êtes assez nombreux et si ça vous intéresse tout simplement. Donc on verra. J'espère que Yaga est bien du coup à l'axe, que tu as pu l'installer et que tout fonctionne sans problème puisque tu as gagné le dernier jeu qu'on a présenté qui était Yaga. Bref, aujourd'hui on va donc découvrir Hitchhiker. Le jeu est sorti depuis un petit moment. Le studio a décidé de nous l'envoyer, je suis obligé de vous le dire, vous le savez, c'est la loi, et je suis de toute façon honnête avec vous, le studio me l'a envoyé, ça n'empêchera pas de dire si le jeu est bien ou pas. Bref, on y va. Paramètres, sous-titres, on les met, langue du texte en français, taille de police. Je pense que ça c'est bon. Je demanderai à mon frère, c'est ton frère qui joue du coup, impeccable. C'est vrai que c'est lui qui joue sur le PC, tu me l'avais déjà dit. Ok. Écoutez, au final on n'a rien changé donc c'est bon. On y va. Alors je sais pas exactement en quoi ça consiste. Apparemment on va prendre quelqu'un en autostop ou quelque chose comme ça. Je crois que c'est ça que signifie Hitchhiker, c'est de l'autostop. Donc je sais pas trop. Apparemment ça va être une assez belle histoire. Donc on va voir ce que ça va donner. On va voir où ça va nous mener. J'espère que ma voix est pas trop modifiée par rapport à d'habitude. On va faire ce qu'il faut. Ok. Donc on y va, on part et on va découvrir ça, les amis. J'espère que ça va vous plaire. Donc là on est sur PlayStation 5 pour ceux qui se demandent. Le jeu est disponible un petit peu sur toutes les plateformes, sur Xbox, sur Nintendo Switch il me semble, sur PC. Il est disponible partout. Si on le fera gagner, ce sera bien évidemment sur PC. Vous le savez, les éditeurs sont plus enclins à offrir ce genre de clés. Voilà. Ok, donc on part au volant de notre belle voiture. Comment jouer? Rond, c'est annuler, croix, interagir et confirmer, et on peut regarder autour. On peut rien faire d'autre. Ok. Bah, écoutez, gars au raisin sec. Ok. Ok. Tabac à mâcher. Ok.
So, where are you headed?
Ah ok, on a été pris en autostop donc. Haussement d'épaule. Ok. On sait pas où on va, c'est bien.
Not the talkative type,
Ok, par
eh?
contre ils font chier parce qu'ils mettent les discussions un peu n'importe où.
That's okay.
Je vais mettre par là.
Most people I pick up are just waiting for their turn to talk.
Ok. Oh,
Want
moi,
a raisin?
est-ce que
They're
je
from
veux
my
du
farm.
raisin? Les raisins secs ou les fermiers? Oui, bien sûr. Ok, on va en prendre. Écoute, j'espère que ce monsieur est gentil et qu'il ne veut pas de mal, parce que là, ça commence à puer un peu. Il m'inquiète. Oh. Oh, ça y est, c'était drogué ou quoi? Oh là.
Guess those things don't agree with you yet.
Oh, il m'inquiète, lui, hein.
Strange. They're Thompson seedless. Good raisins. We still farm more of those in California than anywhere on Earth.
Ok.
You want to know the clearest evidence that reality isn't real? Raisins and grapes, man.
Ok.
They're the same thing, but they
J'ai que une brosse à dents dans mon
taste
sac à dos, ok?
disgusting when eaten together. Obvious bug in the program there, right?
Ok, il a l'air très étrange quand
Memory
même.
is a slippery thing. Think about when somebody asks you about this ride later, assuming you even know where you're going, and get someplace where somebody can ask you. Hey, how'd you get here anyway? They'll ask you. Oh, I hitched. And your brain will flash back for a second when you say this. And it'll show you a frozen snapshot of yourself, sitting in this car, talking to me like we are right now. But which moment will it actually show you? Will it be this one? Or this one? Or this one? We think we remember how people really were, how our lives together really were. But when we think back to them, even the people we cared about the most, all we're doing is snatching moments out of the air.
Ok.
Just grabbing another raisin out of the box.
Non merci. C'est quoi le rapport avec les raisins secs?
I've spent a lot of time around raisins. They're like those dogs you see with wrinkles of skin falling over their eyes. Not the most handsome dogs. Basically helpless, but lovable.
J'espère que c'est assez grand pour que vous puissiez lire le texte, sinon faut me le dire. Hein.
She preferred grapes the way most people do. She's dead now, but you probably guessed that.
Comment aurais-je pu deviner? Sa femme est morte.
Takes one to know one, right? I can always spot someone who's grieving along this highway. They usually stand on the road with a dazed look on their face and their thumb up in the air.
En mode paysage, yes, ok. On s'est déjà rencontrés auparavant?
No, I don't know you. Just know the type.
Sinon, elle était comment votre femme?
My wife, if I'm totally honest with you.
Ok, bizarre comme gars quand même. Hein. Il s'est un peu à quoi ressemblait sa femme?
Just not her face. Some people have
Un
faces
petit peu de
that are easy to
ralentissement là.
remember. Doesn't seem fair.
Pourtant, je pense que vous devez vous souvenir de votre propre femme.
Well, it's not as easy as you think. I'll give you an example. You think you're present in the moment? You've been talking to me for a few minutes now. What color are my eyes?
Je crois qu'ils sont bleus, non?
Yep, not bad.
Je suis pas
But
si mauvais
that's
que ça.
just
Hein.
your photographer's eye.
Je suis photographe.
Just figured from your gear. A lot of photographers carry that backpack. Tell you what, Ansel Adams.
Oh là, il connaît mon nom?
Do me a favor and crack the window, would you?
Oh,
That's better.
il y a un truc qui a popé là.
Now, where were we?
Help. Oh, pourquoi un numéro? Help.
What you got there? Just a matchbook, huh? I figured it must have been something important.
Qu'est-ce qui vous fait dire ça?
Because the window is still open.
Bah, c'est toi qui m'as dit de l'ouvrir. Vous prenez beaucoup d'autostoppeurs?
Yeah, fair number. But after a while, you start seeing the same few archetypes over and over. You got the numbnuts Kerouac fans. You got your autodidact blowhards. They'll talk your ears off. You get a lot of people from Cincinnati for some reason. You got your deadheads trying to get to some concert someplace. And then there's the water bottle person.
Bonsoir, mon beau
Always
Julie.
worrying that they're going to run out of water before they get where they're going. Still, you're the first hitcher I ever picked up who doesn't have a destination.
Ok.
Copernicus.
Prétend être de Cincinnati.
Oh, is that right? I hear they're renovating the zoo this summer.
Ok.
You know, when I was a kid, My brother and I used to drive our parents crazy on long drives like this.
Faut que je regarde autour de moi s'il y a rien
Our
qui
folks
est
wouldn't let us listen to
intéressant.
the radio in the car. So we used to make up these songs about food on long drives to pass the time. We had this one with about 30 verses, each about a different kind of grain. There was this one time when we passed a billboard for this new kind of bread, balach bread. In hell they have a hell a lot of balach bread. In hell they have a hell a lot of balach bread. In hell they have a hell a lot of balach bread. In hell they have a hell a lot of balach bread.
Ok.
Oh yeah. That
Bah ça
drove
rendait
Mom
pas
and
que les parents
Dad
fous, ça m'en
crazy.
fout moi fou aussi.
Come on, join in. In hell they have a hell a lot of balach bread. In hell they have a hell a lot of balach bread. In hell they have a hell a lot of balach bread. In hell they have a hell
Allez,
a
chantez
lot
tous là les
of
gars. Our
balach
bread.
bread.
Chanson accrocheuse. Ah, il l'a carrément enregistré et tout. Ça va très bien et toi Jess?
Actually, I'm beginning to understand my parents' perspective. Getting older is funny.
Vieillir c'est drôle.
It's like reading a book where less and less happens, but the writing gets better and better.
C'est assez profond. Le son sent un bienfait mitigé. C'est assez profond.
Thanks. I got it from an app. It's this app
Pas grand
with
chose et toi Jess?
philosophical sayings. My wife got it for me to make me sound smarter.
Le
She
bonjour
had
à
a way
tort.
with words.
On dirait que vous deux vous étiez une sacrée équipe. Elle travaillait à la ferme avec vous?
Yeah. We used to have a strict division of labor back when we worked together. She would raise the grape from the time it appeared on the vine, and I'd step in as soon as it was time to start
Du
drying.
raisin, hein, pas du raisin du coup.
Our customers used to have fun with that. I'm the dry one, they'd say. Grapes attract a certain kind of person. A person who likes to tell jokes.
Ok.
Wine enthusiasts, tourists,
Je suis sûr qu'il y a un truc là-dedans avec ça.
people who like to talk.
Ok.
There's a photo in that glove box there of us, standing in front of our trailer. It was in a magazine. One of those stories about vanishing
Bon,
farmers
faut pas oublier
that
qu'on a trouvé
always
un truc avec
pulls
marqué
heartstrings
help
with the rest
dessus et
of the
tout. Là, à mon
company.
avis, c'est un kidnappeur, le gars. Puis jetez un coup d'œil.
Well, I never opened the glove box myself. It's kind of a superstition of mine.
D'accord.
But help yourself.
Ok. Un almanach. Ok. La photo.
Hey, where'd you get that? That's not her. And that guy there, he looks like you.
Ça fait quoi dans votre voiture? Qui est cette femme alors?
I don't know. I was gonna ask you the same question, Copernicus.
Oh, attends,
Did
qu'est-ce qui
he-
se passe là?
Who gave this to you?
C'est votre boîte à gants, pas la mienne.
Well, I guess it belongs to you. You'd better hold on to it.
Oh là, le gars a des trucs sur moi là.
What woman? Well, oh, her. Well, hard to say. I wouldn't lose any sleep over it.
Oh là, c'est étrange cette histoire là. Oula, les gars, je suis
What's that
pas...
black thing in the glove box anyway?
C'est pas sa voiture, les gars, il a volé la voiture déjà, je suis sûr.
See anything interesting there? A windmill, eh? No idea.
Ouais. C'est où tu m'emmènes pour me tuer? Qu'est-ce qui se passe? Pause panoramique. Ah, pour regarder le paysage. On va continuer à parler, hein. On va continuer à parler, les gars. Je préfère parler, moi. Je suis quelqu'un comme ça, moi, je discute.
Say, want to hear a joke?
Oui, bien sûr.
Why did the raisin take the prune to the dance?
Vas-y, raconte.
He couldn't get a date.
Ah, enfin, ça n'a pas pu avoir un date. Ok, la traduction,
Hey,
est...
that
la traduction
reminds
casse
me.
la blague, en fait.
It's
Ok.
almost 4:30.
Elle était nulle, de toute façon.
You'll like this. It's my favorite. I once knew the hostess, Darlene. She
L'hôtesse
used to change
Darlene
the
qui changeait ses
tires on
pneus,
my
ok.
truck on Highway 51.
Welcome to another Interstate Riddle Hour. Here's our first riddle. Keep your eyes peeled, all you blacktop carpetbaggers. I fly, yet I have no
Je
wings.
vole, pourtant je n'ai pas d'ailes.
I cry,
Je
yet
pleure,
I
pourtant
have
je n'ai
no
pas des
eyes.
yeux.
Darkness follows
Les ténèbres
me.
me suivent, lumière
Lower light
inférieure,
I
je ne
never
vois
see.
jamais.
Need some help? I fly,
Je
yet
vole,
I
pourtant
have
je n'ai
no
pas
wings.
d'ailes.
I cry,
Je pleure,
yet I
pourtant je n'ai
have
pas
no
des yeux.
eyes. Darkness
Les
follows
ténèbres
me.
me suivent,
Lower light
lumière
I
inférieure,
never
je ne
see.
vois jamais.
Need some help? We're looking for something fluffy.
Ça peut pas être ça. Les gars, je sais pas du tout ce qu'il faut que je fasse là. Trouver le bon objet ou utiliser la radio pour de l'aide.
Very good.
Ok, j'ai trouvé.
Here's our next
C'était un nuage.
A gatekeeper forever
Un gardien
bound.
lié à jamais,
He
il
opens
l'ouvre
and
et
shuts
ferme avec le même
with a
bruit.
similar sound.
Un gardien lié à jamais. C'est pas ça? C'est pas ça. Attends, on va réécouter ça.
Need some help?
Si vous avez la moindre idée, les gars, je prends. Hein.
A gatekeeper forever bound.
Un gardien lié à
He
jamais.
opens and
Il
shuts
l'ouvre et
with a
ferme
similar
avec le
sound.
même bruit. Je ne sais pas là, les gars. Je ne sais pas. C'est pas la canette. Bah ça, non? Les gars, si vous avez la moindre idée, là, je suis preneur. Je sais pas du tout de quoi il parle.
Need some help? Think metal teeth
Pensez aux dents en
that
métal
open and
qui
shut.
s'ouvrent et se ferment. Aux dents en métal qui s'ouvrent et se ferment. Mon Dieu. Je sais pas. Je sais pas, les gars, je sais pas. Je suis perdu, ça y est. Il ouvre et ferme avec le même bruit. Ça n'a aucun sens.
Need some help? A gatekeeper forever bound. He opens and shuts with a similar sound.
Un gardien lié à jamais, il ouvre et ferme avec le même bruit. T'as une idée, mec? Non? J'ai aucune idée, les gars. Au secours. Help. Ah, c'est ça? Non, c'est pas ça. Ça peut pas être ça.
Need some help? The answer is right between your feet.
La réponse est juste à vos pieds.
Very good.
Oh putain, ok.
Damn questions are rigged. I never get them.
Says the guy who
Ok.
has to pressure to keep his tires out.
Hey,
Having fun? Wanna keep going?
Ok, mais comment la radio peut savoir ça? Allez, on va essayer une autre.
Here's another one. Take one out and scratch my head.
Prenez-en un et grattez ma tête. Maintenant je suis noir, mais avant j'étais rouge.
What am I?
Qui suis-je? Un truc qui est noir et si on frotte notre tête avec, il devient rouge. Je suis noir, si je frotte ma tête avec, ça devient rouge. Un indice, les gars?
Need some help?
Je donne un indice.
Check your backpacks, friends. The answer could be hiding inside.
Ah, c'est une allumette! Bah oui, elle est noire et si on la frotte...
Well done. Okay, here's a tough one.
Mais comment la radio peut savoir
I
ça?
have
C'est ouf.
4 wings but cannot fly.
J'ai 4 ailes mais je ne peux pas
I
voler.
never laugh.
Je ris jamais, je ne pleure jamais.
On the same spot I'm always found, toiling away with little sound.
Oh là, mais c'est
What
compliqué.
am I?
J'ai 4 ailes mais je ne peux pas voler. J'ai 4 ailes mais je ne peux pas voler. J'ai 4 ailes mais je ne peux pas voler, les gars. Là, il n'y a pas d'ailes. J'ai 4 ailes mais je ne peux pas voler. Qu'est-ce qu'il y a des ailes et qui volent pas, les gars? Je sais pas du tout. J'ai 4 ailes et je ne peux pas voler. Un indice.
Need some help?
On n'a pas le choix, hein, je suis nul.
Round and round we go, people.
Tour à tour, nous irons à la gare. Quoi?
Need some help? You might need to get your binoculars out. to
Oh
find
putain,
this
bah ouais, bah
answer.
si en plus on sortir les jumelles, je suis censé deviner ça, quoi.
All right, here's our last riddle.
Ok.
He lies without touching the
Il
ground.
ment sans toucher le champ.
come on, Darlene. Damn it, Darlene. I should have tipped her better when she changed the tires. She's been out to get me ever since. Look, she isn't being straight with you, kid.
Check the photo, Copernicus. The photo in your bag.
J'ai fait que le 3, The Witcher à la chou, et oui, il est cool le 3. Très cool. Terrible. Qu'est-ce qui est en train de se passer là? Du coup, j'ai pas entendu ce qu'ils ont dit. Le gars me stresse légèrement. Ça, je comprends pas ce dire. L'amour est vraiment difficile. Je sais pas, c'est une citation d'amour. La photo dans votre sac. Oh, la fille a disparu.
She's in trouble, Copernicus. You must help her.
Comment avez-vous fait pour changer la photo?
Things like that happen all the time on this highway. It's nothing to lose your scrunchie over.
Ouais, je pense, mais je sais pas s'il existe en verre ou pas. Vous lui avez fait quelque chose, pas vrai?
Kid, I am sorry about your girlfriend, but I had nothing to do with it. It's just the opposite. I was sent to protect you.
Me protéger de quoi?
From yourself. You picked this car every bit as much as I chose to stop for you.
Qu'est-ce que vous voulez dire?
You picked this car, picked me, not to feel anything.
Pourquoi j'aurais fait ça?
Let's not kid ourselves. You don't seem like a guy who wants to remember.
Ça rappelait de quoi?
Kid, just let it go. There's nothing for you down that road. Nothing but hurt.
Pourquoi je dois croire vos mensonges?
Look, I admit I lied, but only about one thing.
Vous n'êtes pas vraiment infirmier et votre femme n'est pas vraiment morte.
Nope, she's dead all right.
Ok.
That's no lie.
Vous n'êtes pas vraiment infirmier.
Now, why would anybody bother to lie about that?
Nous nous sommes déjà rencontrés.
Yeah, we've met. Twice, in fact.
Ok. D'accord, recommençons depuis le début alors.
Sure. You showed up at my trailer park taking photos. At first, I was a bit suspicious, since there were plans to kick us out and develop the trailer park into some kind of shopping center. But then it became clear that you'd been sent here by a magazine to do one of those stories about vanishing farmers that always pulls heartstrings with the rest of the country.
Était-elle là avec moi? Pourquoi n'étiez-vous pas franc avec moi depuis le début? Était-elle là avec moi?
The woman in the photo? No, I didn't actually meet her.
Ok.
I just know what you told me about her. She was backpacking around Europe without you. And you? You weren't taking it so well.
Comment vous savez tout ça sur moi?
Oh, I know a lot about you. I know about the phone number in the matchbook. I know
Hola.
you didn't show it to me. Kid, I told you. You don't want to go down that road.
Oh là! Alors, il y a quoi d'autre que vous n'étiez pas honnête avec moi?
Well, there's one more lie I told you. We're not number one anymore. In raisin production. We were surpassed last year by Turkey.
Ok. Ne changez pas de sujet, dites-moi la vérité,
I
je veux
wasn't
savoir.
afraid of the truth either. Back then. My wife. When she got the x-rays. When she knew. She decided to spare my feelings.
Ah, elle a eu genre un cancer?
Didn't tell me anything. Hid the x-rays in one place I'd never suspect. Because it was so obvious. Stayed closed until today. Till you came along.
Je n'ai besoin de personne pour me protéger de mes propres souvenirs.
I wish it was that simple, kid.
Qu'est-ce que vous voulez dire?
Hey, Chief. Why don't you have a look here? He appeared on this highway about the same time you did. I guess he's part of
Et
what you're
derrière nous?
running from.
Comment s'il voulait aller... Waouh. Était-il présent pendant tout le trajet?
Not sure.
Je comprends rien, les gars.
You can't see him directly. He only shows up in mirrors, windows, pictures. Well, we haven't talked yet about the second time we met. That's the thing. It's a little hard to explain. Better if I just take you there.
M'emmener où?
It's just a quick detour. We'll be there in a minute.
Ah ouais, l'histoire est un vrai kiff. Je comprends pas tout ce qui se passe, mais c'est vraiment kiffant. Hein. Et je crois que de ce que j'ai compris, c'est que l'histoire peut changer légèrement selon nos réponses aux questions, etc. Donc, qu'est-ce qui se passe?
A man travels along a road until he reaches a gate at the top of a hill. The road has been long and straight so far, and the going has been easy.
Je suis pas certain de
But
cette
now
info,
the
mais il me
man
semble.
can't go any further, so he takes a seat by the road to rest. The man waits, and after a length of time that seems neither short nor long, the gate opens, and a guard appears. The man asks the guard for entry, but the guard says he cannot let him enter at the moment. The man thinks for a second and asks if he will be allowed through later. It is possible, says the guard, but not now.
Ok.
The gate now stands slightly open, and the man tries to look through it longingly. His journey has been easy so far, and he misses the feeling of the open road. The guard notices and laughs. Even if you could gain entry, there are many gatekeepers after me. Some are much stronger than me, and I'm afraid to look upon them. So there the man waits, for days, months, years, waiting to enter. One day, when he's given up hope of entering, a single question occurs to him, one he has not thought of before. Why, he wonders aloud, are there no other travelers along this road? All these years, no one but myself has waited in front of this gate. The answer to this question comes from a voice near his shoulder. It is you who made this gate, says a bird perched nearby. So it exists for no one but you. But why? Asks the traveler. Why would I choose to stop here? The bird answers after hungrily eating a crust of bread from the man's hand. After this point, the road becomes less straight. It splinters like the tree in which I live, splitting into dozens, hundreds of branches. The path becomes impossibly narrow and frail, and crowded with the view of other paths.
Ah, je crois que c'est là que nos choix vont
There's
différer.
only one point ahead on the road where all paths converge, where all points join, where the light shines through skin and through lies. But it's never been reached by one of your kind, a traveler who walks on feet. Shoo! Cries the guard, chasing the bird away. Don't listen to his nonsense. Having said this, he takes a seat next to the traveler, but not before closing the gate forever.
Ok.
So when you think about it, who knows how long we've been sitting here, just like this, on this road. Take it from me. It's better to face things with, what's it called again? Fortitude. Better not to feel too much. Want a raisin?
Ok. Vous voulez du raisin? Non. Non, non. Avant ton raisin, il va faire des trucs bizarres.
You just need to get used to them. Life is like a box of raisins. That's some Forrest Gump type wisdom
Ouais,
for
ouais,
you.
sauf que c'est une boîte de
right there.
chocolat normalement.
Here, I'll leave the box open for you. Help yourself.
J'ai entendu le corbeau. Ah, les corbeaux, ça c'est un signe. Ok, je fais quoi? Je le prends le raisin? Pas le choix, je crois. Ah, on le mange ou on le remet dans la boîte? J'attends vos avis là. Moi je serais partant pour le manger, mais vu ce qu'il m'a fait celui d'avant, là je me suis senti super mal et tout, là je sais pas. Hein. Je suis un peu partagé là. Je suis partagé entre les deux réponses. Qu'est-ce que vous en pensez? Mauvaise idée de le manger. On va le remettre dans la boîte alors.
Look, hooded crows all along this road. I have to chase these for my farm every harvest.
Je crois que t'es pas fermier, tu m'as dit.
They look hungry. Didn't get much peck out of this last harvest.
Ah, est-ce que je peux pas leur donner du raisin? Oh, même dans un jeu comme ça, les gars, sérieux. Pensez aux gens qui revisionnent après. Conseil, il peut être alimenté. Ah, faut ouvrir la fenêtre. Chut.
You don't want to do that, kid. These birds are unpredictable. There's no telling what they'll do once they start swarming. Get enough of these crows together and it's big trouble. You're making a mistake, kid. You don't know where they're taking you. Look, I'll help you. I'll help you figure out what happened when she came back from Europe.
Hors de question, vous avez juste menti jusqu'à maintenant.
Look, I get that you're mad, and I don't blame you. But you don't know what's out there, kid. What other drivers on this road are like. Stay with me. And things will play a whole lot safer.
En aucune façon, je veux connaître la vérité ou ok, je vous crois.
That's a relief. They've already started to peel off.
Ah. Alors, qu'est-ce qui s'est passé quand elle est rentrée d'Europe? Ma copine.
We'll get to that in a sec.
Oh, je veux
Let
savoir
me
maintenant.
ask you something first. Did she pack an umbrella with her on her trip to Europe?
Je n'ai aucune idée.
Traveler's checks or cash?
Vous me posez exprès des questions inutiles.
If I am, it's for your own good. Want to hear a joke? Why did the raisin take the prune to the dance?
Il n'a pas pu avoir un rendez-vous.
Yep, good one, right? You know, when I was a kid, my brother and I used to drive our parents crazy on long drives like this. Yep. Good one, right? Now you've done it. They've taken control of the car.
Il nous emmène où? Comment les corbeaux? Je fais...
Down.
On est où maintenant? Cela me semble étrangement familier.
We're at my farm, Copernicus. I had a funny feeling. The moment you looked through those binoculars.
Que veulent-ils?
Well, they're pulling us around in circles. They're afraid of the scarecrows I put up here last summer. They want to take us, take you, I suppose, to that windmill in the middle.
Faire pivoter les épouvantails. Mais comment je les fais pivoter, moi, les épouvantails? Bah je sais pas. Ah, je dois utiliser les jumelles. Qu'est-ce que je fais avec les jumelles?
You need to rotate the scarecrows. See if you can find something in this car that might do the trick.
Je bite rien à ce que je fais, les gars. Ah, ok.
That's it, kid. Now, more of the same. Almost. That's it, kid.
C'est très chelou, hein. Wesh, qu'est-ce que c'est que ça? Le rétro, il m'a faxé ma photo.
They have a way of leaving gifts once you've fed them. Often something shiny or a piece of string.
I'm going away for 2 months. I'll be back before you know it. It's practically a cliche. Going to Europe to have new experiences, and yeah, it's corny. But maybe find myself.
I guess I'm just worried that you'll find yourself but lose me along the way.
I'll be back before you know it. Promise. Here's a security deposit.
What a weird box. Did you win this at the circus?
It's great, right? I'll send you something special from Europe to put inside, so you know I'm thinking of you. And then we have our road trip together when I get back. You won't miss me anyway. You have plenty to keep you busy, like that job in California. The story about the
vanishing grape farmers. You're right. I'm worrying too much. I love it. Does it lock?
In some other world, it must, but not here. Okay, trade you a memory box for your Polaroid. Say cheese.
Ok. Donc elle est partie en Europe pour vivre de nouvelles expériences. Très bien.
Well, now that you know how it started, it doesn't make the next step any easier, does it?
Tout ce que je sais, c'est que Darlene a dit qu'elle avait des problèmes. J'ai besoin de la trouver.
Listen, I disapprove of just about every choice you've made on this trip. But I like you, kid, and I can see you've made up your mind. If you want to find your girlfriend, if you want to find out what happened, if you really want to go there, you've got to find that box.
D'accord, mais comment? Elle peut être n'importe où.
I don't know, kid. But find that box and the key. Open the box before it's too late. Well, this is where I say goodbye. Unless you want to help transport 4 bushels across... Nah. Just remember, there are many more gates ahead and many more guards. I'm pretty much the friendly drunken uncle of the bunch.
D'accord.
Well, good luck to you, kid.
Donc là, on va tomber sur un autre
one
gars
more
qui va nous
thing.
prendre en voiture, c'est ça?
What did the grape say when he got run over by the car?
Ouais, c'est prévu, relax. Ça a un rapport avec un rendez-vous?
Nothing. He just gave a little whine. Good luck with your search.
Merci, merci. Qu'est-ce que... Je trouve l'ambiance géniale en tout cas. D'accord, donc là on a fait la course 1, il y a plein d'autres courses. On va faire la course 2 les gars. Attends, est-ce qu'on va faire juste, on va aller au menu principal. On va être un peu plus gros.
It's the second house on the right here. No, wait, the third.
Don't you remember where it is? I thought you spent your whole childhood here.
Do you know what put us on top of the food chain? Do you know? And please don't say opposable thumbs. Plenty of animals have those. Possums, koalas, something called the waxy monkey leaf frog. They're nothing special. Forget about thumbs, okay? Memory is what put us here. So many of our dreams are set in the places where we used to live. We want to see them, visit them again. There should be a rule, a kind of social convention. The old apartment rule works like this. We can show up any place we used to live and simply explain, oh, I used to live here. There's nothing strange about it. The people who live there just throw open their doors and invite us in to have a look around. So we can go back home again. So we can be whole.
Ok.
Hey, are you keeping an eye out? Oh dear. I didn't mean to put you to sleep with my talking.
Yo mec, désolé, je pense que je me suis assoupi.
No offense taken. I've been told I have a way of putting my students to sleep as well. We're looking for Asper Street. At least it used to be called that. The problem is that a few years ago they rearranged all the letters of the street signs.
Je vais essayer de prendre voir le maximum de choses qu'il y a.
Signs in this very impractical. I didn't catch your name. Time hops.
Ops, vraiment?
Yes, that's what everyone calls me. Everyone except my students, of course.
Dis Ops, j'ai une question.
No, just a second. Let's find this Asper Street, please, before we begin our inquiries. Like I say, they might have rearranged the letters a bit.
Rappelez-vous, les lettres pourraient être mélangées. J'ai gardé les mêmes objets dans le sac, ok. Je vais faire quoi? Je vais chercher la rue là?
Ah, yes, that's
Ok, j'ai trouvé.
Very good. So, we're on
Yo
our
Alicia,
way.
ça va et toi?
Now, there was something you wanted to ask.
Vous êtes le garde suivant, pas vrai? Vous allez prétendre ne pas me connaître, mais alors...
Yes, then it's going to turn out that big surprise. I do know you.
Exact, une animatrice radio de jeux piégés vous trahira.
A person trapped in the radio? Oh, yes. We've all met you along this highway. I picked you up because I could tell you're looking for something. Something you've lost.
Cherchez-vous aussi quelque
But
chose?
we're all looking for something on this road. I've never met anyone who wasn't.
Vous espérez trouver quoi?
My dog.
Ok.
She's been missing for a long time now.
Elle s'appelle comment?
Hops, like me.
Ok,
Stupid idea, naming a dog after yourself.
effectivement.
They constantly think they're being trained. Every time someone you know stops you in the street. Made her a little bit high-strung. So, Vern mentioned this problem you have with a photo.
Attends, vous connaissez le gars qui cultive du raisin sec?
Vern? Sure. Now, I know almost everybody on this road. Well, there's not many of us after all. Excellent raisins that guy Vern has. Did you try one?
Je préfère le raisin en grappe.
Sound philosophy, but most people do. Yeah, a more appealing lens to view the world through. So, okay, show me this photo.
Bien sûr, tout de suite. Hop, la photo. Hop là.
So, you're looking for her. What happened to her?
Je ne sais pas ce qui s'est passé, je pense que je l'ai perdu.
Well, a singed photograph is never a good sign. I'm sorry, though. You don't
Elle est plus
remember
brûlée la
anything?
photo, c'est une nouvelle.
Objects are imbued with memory around here and tell stories. Sometimes rather lengthy and pointless ones, to be honest.
But not in this instance. Well, I can help you with one part. You two came by my house, yes? See, that's my silo. There in the background.
D'accord, vous avez un silo de grains dans votre jardin.
Yes, I got a lot of dogs. After a while, the kitchen got completely full. I'm not very good at getting rid of things, as you can see.
Ouais, je vois, tu entasses les choses, ok.
I invited you two in and put the kettle on the stove. But you never
D'accord.
wound up making it through the front door. There was some kind of argument.
Ah, on était en dispute, ok.
She suddenly had to take a call. You got impatient.
Ça semble assez stupide comme dispute. Qui l'a appelé?
Now, I don't know, but you didn't seem happy about it. I had a
Ah,
feeling
peut-être
it
une
was
rencontre
a
qu'elle a fait en Europe, du
recurring
coup.
thing. Someone who's in the habit of getting in the way between you two.
Où sommes-nous partis après, vous le savez?
If you want to know what happened to her, why don't you just ask her yourself?
Et comment?
You haven't asked me yet where we're headed.
Ok, où allons-nous?
The warehouse of lost things. Impressed?
Un peu confus, ça ressemble à un petit souk au rabais.
Oh yes, Vern said you were pretty funny. Oh, okay. It's this warehouse that contains everything you've ever lost in your life.
Il me faut un hangar comme ça.
Anything there, even feelings. But you only get 15 minutes. to look.
Ok. Que 15 minutes.
Yes, only 15 minutes. It really threw me the last time I was there. I got distracted by some mittens. Yeah, I had as a kid. Left them at a bus stop sometime in the mid-60s. After that, my parents bought those things that clip your mittens to your coat so it wouldn't happen again.
Vous pouvez trouver n'importe quoi là-bas, vraiment?
Well, why not? Shamanic tribes of the Amazon believe that in order to heal, you have to journey into the other world, find the thing you've lost among the spirits, and bring it back. Now, and to think about all the things we misplace. Atlantis, huh? And we lost it entire.
On a perdu toute une ville, l'Atlantide, c'est vrai, pas que d'ailleurs. Il y en a d'autres. Agartha, par exemple.
Retrieve some of the things we've left behind.
Est-ce ça très loin?
Now, if I remember correctly, it's only about
20
another 20
minutes,
minutes
okay.
from here.
Let's go. Qu'est-ce que je peux faire pendant 20 minutes? Ah, ok. Si je vais continuer à parler. Discutons, discutons. C'est quoi ça?
Peculiar.
C'est quoi?
It's nothing. Just wondering about this green light. Are you one of these people who's good with cars?
Pas vraiment, je ne conduis pas. Apparemment.
I was hoping you might know. I never saw it before until you got into the car.
Devrions-nous s'arrêter pour voir le moteur?
What? Us? Stop here? No, I think we'll wait to find a mechanic someplace. Perhaps that part-time quiz show hostess.
Il y a des problèmes de traduction, il y a des fautes d'orthographe. Hein.
Ah, the green light. The
Ouais,
epic sense of
j'avoue mon
man's
amour,
urgency,
c'est
the
très,
future that keeps
c'est très joli.
receding from us. Yes, I suppose you've read The Great Gatsby too.
Bien sûr, Reste Ville Magnifique, je l'ai pas lu, j'ai vu le film.
Just a reminder to get something checked. But what do I know? I'm not the technical sort.
Ok. On va profiter un peu des paysages aussi. Hein.
We could ask Lola. Well, she's very good with these things.
C'est qui Lola? Cela a une relation avec Darlene, l'animatrice radio.
Probably not, young man. Lola's a kind of oracle. Now, she's given me lots of good advice, right from where you're sitting. Besides, more to the point, I'd like to check with her about directions, just to make sure we're pointed the right way. See if you can find her here.
Je suis censé chercher une femme qui s'appelle Lola. Elle se cache dans cette voiture.
Well, she's quite small, you see. A toy bear. Now, I found her at the World's Fair in Barcelona, 19...
D'accord, donc c'est un ours en peluche.
At an exhibition about alchemy.
Ça pose pas de questions.
Well, she's somewhere in this car now.
Elle est dans la voiture.
As much as you need.
Trouver l'ours. You will soon be hungry again. Tu veux manger demain encore, c'est ça? Je suis pas très bon en anglais, les gars. Allez, cherche un ours, un ours, un ours. Hey Jack. Ça, c'est dommage que ça n'a pas traduit parce que... Keira. Un ours. Où est-ce que peut se cacher un ours? Où est-ce que peut se cacher un ours, les enfants, s'il vous plaît? Dans sa poche, là, il a un livre. Il n'y a pas d'ours. C'est un truc sur les dauphins. Ah, voilà. Nice. Hop.
What have you got there? Interesting.
C'est pour ouvrir la boîte à gants, je suppose. Voilà.
Ah, Lola.
On a trouvé Lola, super. Placé dans la boîte à gants. Elle parle?
Yes, sometimes directly, sometimes in more of a roundabout way. Lola, dearest, now I'm here with this young fellow here, and well, the warehouse. Now, it's left up here on Concord Avenue, right? She's not ready to talk yet.
Ok. Y a quelque chose qu'on peut faire?
She's lonely, and she misses her friends.
Ses amis, quel genre d'amis? Nous ne sommes pas de bonne compagnie, toi et moi. Ses amis, quel genre d'amis?
Fellow memory objects. That's her preferred company. Trinkets like her, lost and found many times over the years. Imbued with the memories of everyone who's ever claimed them as their own. Get enough of them together, and things start to get interesting. The present moment peels back like wallpaper to reveal the past behind it and the future ahead.
Alors cet ours peut prédire l'avenir.
Her and her friends, yes. She's very good. She even remembers my dog's names.
Combien de chiens avez-vous?
Well, it depends on how many are missing at any given time. Currently, Hops is the only one who's out of pocket.
Dans sa
She's
poche?
been gone for almost 9 months. I'd very much like to find her.
9 mois? L'avez-vous cherché tout ce temps?
Well, no, I couldn't look for her these last months. I got a bit detained. Yes, it all started when I was buying some tube socks. I was on the escalator, trying to leave the mall. Do you ever have that thing where you buy something and you know it's the right thing, but you start worrying about it just as you're leaving?
Ouais,
I
pas pour
was
des
staring
chaussettes.
at the socks, wondering if they were
Ah,
length. Now,
d'accord, la
I
taille.
knew they were, but I must have not been paying attention. Because suddenly, I slipped down that crack at the end of the escalator, right where you're supposed to step
Ah, ça c'est
off.
déjà arrivé à tout le monde, je pense.
Yes, exactly the thing kids are always worrying about, getting sucked down the escalator. Well, first quite quickly, and then very slowly. Before you know it, you're banging around in this chute, and then you land at the bowling green. That's what they call the entrance. It's a little area with some onboarding materials and that fake grass carpeting, so the landing isn't so rough. It's the most fantastic place. Under the escalator, just vast. Like falling out of bed and landing on the moon.
Il y a d'autres personnes, que faites-vous pour passer le temps?
No, there are other people there, but not much good for company. Everyone's just waiting to get out. Very poserish scene down there. Let me tell you, a lot of staged ennui.
Alors qu'est-ce qu'il y a à faire là-bas?
Oh, not much really. There's an old black and white TV that only gets a few channels. There's some old board games just lying around, but they're all missing pieces and instructions. There was one box that promised 8 games in one. No, but I couldn't figure out for the life of me how to play a single game. A couple of decks of cards, all incomplete. I must have dreamt 20 times that I found the 4 of clubs.
Vous deviez vous ennuyer, comment vous êtes-vous échappé?
They open the escalator every year on January 1st. Clear everyone. They used to do it more often, but then, well, yeah, budget cuts. I fell in the beginning of April, one of the last
début d'avril, là-bas.
year. Really tough thing to get your head around, being trapped in there almost a whole calendar year.
Ça semble très éprouvant.
Pretty much the
Imaginez, c'est vrai, ce genre d'histoire, incroyable. Ils ouvriraient les escaliers volants, roulants une fois par les escalators, une fois par mois pour sortir les gens coincés. Incroyable.
Sure. Well, that's how they keep everyone fed down there. They stuff mannequins full of food and supplies, put them on the escalator, and just let them slide down the chute. Well, that's a big moment. When they drop the mannequins down, really breaks up the monotony. Everyone rushes over to tear the mannequin apart to get their hands on the food inside.
Ça semble étrange comme système.
Oh, indeed. But I guess it's the easiest way to get the food to slip down the crack. Now, one time, a real guy fell down the shaft and was mistaken for a mannequin. Now, he was half torn to shreds before I pulled him out of there. Poor fella didn't look lifelike enough. Oh, yes, he was really quite beside himself. He gave me his pipe as a token of appreciation for saving him from the mob.
Il a taillé une pipe? Il a donné une pipe? Ok.
I still keep it in my pocket.
Ah, c'est ça qu'il y a dans la poche? Non, ça c'est un livre. Ah, c'est dans l'autre poche. J'aime pas trop quand un homme me tend sa pipe. Belle pipe.
Oh, look. Let's give it to her, please. Let's see if she's feeling more sociable. Lola, dear, are you feeling more chatty now? Lola, she says her tea party is still missing 2 guests.
Sur 2 invités.
You see, we just need to find 2 more of her friends.
Ok. Trouver des objets de souvenir. Il doit y en avoir. C'est pas ça. C'est pas ça. Ça déjà, je pense. Non? C'est pas un objet de souvenir, ça? Dans mon sac, probablement. La photo. Non, on peut pas prendre la photo non plus. Les allumettes? Non plus. Des objets de souvenir, les gars. Ah. Ça non plus. Le magazine non plus.
Ah, of course. My audiobook
Mon livre audio sur le goulag.
makes perfect sense. Only one more object to find now.
En quoi est-ce que ça a du sens?
Oh, well, it's something I used to play for her in the car an awful lot. There was this one story she used to adore. Oh, here's a fellow who's eager to get to the bottom of things. The story? Well, it's about two guys. In a way, two guys like us who are side by side, both waiting for something to happen. Now, these two fellows were both prisoners in the Gulag. Do you know what the Gulag was?
Oui, je sais ce que c'est un goulag.
So, the Gulag camps were off in the middle of nowhere. You could escape, but then what?
Ça existe encore les goulags d'ailleurs.
Well, you'd starve to death. So there was a trick. It was called the sandwich. Now, say you and I wanted to escape the Gulag. Two guys like us, friends. We recruit another guy, a third guy, to escape with us. Now, preferably a nice, fat, buttery guy.
Ok.
The fat guy was called the sandwich because the idea is that the two buddies, us, we kill and eat the sandwich on the way home to survive.
Ah, charmant.
It's great, right?
Ouais, fantastique.
Maybe I didn't tell the story right.
Mais je savais pas ça. Si ça existait vraiment, et ben c'est intéressant de savoir que bah, ceux qui essaient de s'évader du goulag prenaient un gars bien corpulent avec eux pour avoir à manger sur le chemin, quoi. C'est pas ragoûtant, mais...
Oh, I think mainly just because of the setting, Siberia. Bears love stories about remote places.
Ok.
Well, I haven't told you the best part yet.
Je suis tout oui.
Well, there was one time these two guys escaped with a sandwich. But there was a problem. They finished the sandwich too soon. Didn't ration
ballot,
him
hein.
out long enough. He was all gone. And they still had days to walk through the Siberian tundra.
Uh-huh.
These guys were great friends.
N'hésitez pas à
but they
participer
were also
au sondage de Valalax aussi.
And so they knew that whichever one of them fell asleep would be eaten by the other one. But the code of criminal friendship didn't allow them to acknowledge this. So they had to keep playing it, nonchalant, chatting about stuff, whatever people talked about back then, trudging through the snow. Who? Oh, those two convicts. Oh, no. One of them fell asleep and got eaten by the other.
Ah,
But it's their ability to keep face that I always think about. Their honor that couldn't admit any suspicion. I mean, you don't totally trust me, right? Well, I can see you looking out the corner of your eyes. You don't think I know where I'm going.
depuis avant, on tourne en rond surtout, j'ai l'impression.
Listen, can I ask you an honest question?
Bien sûr, mais je n'ai pas toutes les réponses comme Lola.
Okay, here goes. This girlfriend of yours, why is it so important for you to find her? I mean, okay, the burnt photo, damsel in distress, etc., etc. I get it. But if you
Okay.
can't remember anything about her,
Ah, c'est
We'll
pas faux.
always have this.
En fait, non, je me souviens d'une chose.
see, this is Lola's influence. It's starting to work. You feel it, right?
All you have to do is find your way back to me.
Kera, je me souviens de son nom maintenant, c'est Kera.
Let's keep him as our pet.
C'est le nom qui est marqué
You two
là-dessus.
didn't even mean to capture it. It just flew into the empty bottle.
Peut-être que je peux la trouver à l'entrepôt.
Well, for your sake, I hope so. I think you know. You're like me. The past is the only place left for us. When we were young, we thought the past could only tie us down. Everything we wanted, freedom, lay ahead on the open road. Well, that was yesterday, and this is today.
Ok.
Now the past is all you've got, and the future is full of pain.
Je pense que vous nous confondez tous les deux.
Well, when we get to the warehouse, remember to keep an eye out for a firefly in a glass bottle.
Ok. Luciole, bouteille en verre.
Spot. They tend to keep that place pretty dimly lit.
Ok. Mais écoute, je comprends pas cette carte, ça m'énerve un peu. Salut Jack. J'ai fait bonne route, je crois. Ouais, je crois que c'est ça. Je reviendrai pour ton anniversaire. Je crois un truc comme ça. Je sais pas. Oh, qu'est-ce qui se passe? Oh!
Oh, look. Looks like Vern started doing some advertising. I guess he's finally decided to take matters into his own hands. Normally, he's so stoic, letting things take their own course, never complaining.
Je suppose qu'il est rempli de bonnes intentions.
Well, he was just trying to help you. Seems like you can use it. You're totally infected with this frontier spirit, am I right? Always move ahead, always continue along the two-lane blacktop. Maybe Vern exaggerates a bit, but at least he knows these parts.
Ok, ok.
You should turn back here. No, I'm serious.
Qu'est-ce qui vous prend? Pourquoi regardez-vous autant autour de vous?
It's just Lola. Blast nothing.
Vous êtes perdu, n'est-ce pas?
Someone changed the street signs. Him. He's been here. I swear it was the second left past the red house. But don't worry. We'll find it. It's right around here.
Avez-vous une carte quelque part?
No, it seems to have disappeared along with the car manual.
Impeccable,
I
Kadachou.
just want to find my dog. These streets all look the same. This is worse than falling down an escalator. Here, take this. See if you can figure out which way is east.
Ce n'est pas une boussole, c'est autre chose.
Are you sure? I mean, look through it and see if it tells you which way is east.
Oh, what the hell, bro? Non, t'es pas remboursé encore, Kadachou, ça va dire.
No luck, huh? Well, maybe it does something useful. Oh, listen. She's starting to talk. Hopefully we can get out of this maze now and head on our way.
Les points de chaîne.
Lola, dear, this young man and I, we're looking for... She's saying something. Something about you. A car crash? No. He's fine. Well, just look at him.
Ouais, c'est ça, voilà.
She thinks you've caused some kind of accident. I can vouch for this young man, Lola. Well, he's been with me almost the entire afternoon. She says she knows who you are and that she wants to help you. She's gathered these memory objects for a purpose, for you to put together.
Merci,
To
voilà.
bring you earthly knowledge, she says.
Oh, elle est partie.
Very peculiar.
Oh, je me suis trompé. Qu'est-ce que ça veut dire?
Well, isn't that something? It's alchemy, my boy. Art. A camera. Your
Ah,
means
c'est
for
mon appareil
turning
photo.
water into wine, redeeming the past, renewing memories.
Qu'est-ce que je suis censé photographier?
Well, nothing needs redeeming more than the American suburbia. Now, am I right? Americana, where the surreal intermingles with the mundane. Here's your chance, my boy. Create a photo journal. Win some awards. Firefly, sent directly from your memory, I suppose, to guide you. Oh, hello there, Lampiridine.
Oh, wow. Hop, il est plus classe en photo qu'en vrai. Hein.
Oh, those sideburns. Don't let my students get a hold of that. I think they're not done yet. They want you to take more photos. They want to show us the way, but they can only do it through photos.
Allez les gars là. C'est moi?
Gee, I didn't notice him standing back there. Should we go back and pick him up? Who is that guy anyway? You don't sound very glad to see him. I think they're not done yet. They want you to take more photos.
Ok. On reste prêt pour les photos les gars.
Trading post, huh? Interesting proposition. I expect you get something rather valuable in exchange for this particular camera.
Elles sont où? Elles sont là. Ok, on continue à les suivre. Toujours des photos, des photos. Je trouve ce trajet-là avec cette personne-là un peu moins glauque que la première en tout cas. L'ambiance est changeante, je trouve. L'ambiance est changeante, il n'y a pas une seule et même ambiance. C'est en soi plutôt une bonne chose, je pense. Même ça reste toujours aussi énigmatique, je trouve.
It can't. Ah, no, no, my dog. How? If I can't find her in the past, I don't have a chance of finding her in the future. Oh, that was just nonsense I said to cheer you up.
Ok.
I just want to find my dog.
Il veut trouver son chien. Ok. Let's go. Peut-être qu'on va trouver son chien. Faut bien suivre les lucioles. Du coup, j'ai envie d'éternuer, c'est ballot. Ah. Où elles sont parties? Ah là. Ok, un peu difficile à suivre ces lucioles. Ah, c'est pas en l'air qu'on va trouver un chien, je pense. Donc là, ils vont sortir par là, probablement. Ou derrière. Ah, ok, pas... Un Velux.
Is that a dog collared in the street? I suppose, but what's happened to her? She's invisible. She's lost in time since the warehouse closed its doors. That's it. Capture her with that camera of yours.
Oh, nice. On va retrouver son chien.
Oh, you're a good dog, Hops. You ran past the funny mailbox through a door, and we'll find you, don't worry. We've got to find that house.
Trouver l'étanche boîte aux lettres. Si vous voyez une boîte aux lettres, les gars, criez.
That's the one.
Bah, en même temps, il y a les lucioles devant, ok. C'était pas une grosse énigme. Quelque chose semble familier.
Look, the silo. That's my house.
Ah.
Funny how you can come upon the very place you live and not even recognize it. All depends on the angle you... Hey! There's Hops!
Ok, le chien est là.
Goodness. Oh, I've almost got her back. Listen, I didn't realize the warehouse was closed, but we must do it again. Now you have to promise me, pinky promise, that we're going to meet again in a year, okay? This same spot. We won't exchange contact info or anything like that. We'll keep it old school. Meet here in 1 year's time. What do you say?
Ok.
Wise plan, young man. People like to say that you can't live in the past. Well, look at me. I'm living proof to the contrary. Look, your fireflies are back. Seems like they're waiting to give you one last memory.
Ok.
Hops, wait for me!
Oh. C'est la première fois qu'il sort de la voiture. C'est la fin de cette aventure-là. Faudra que je revienne
I just think it
de
would
la
be
refaire.
fun to ring the bell. I lived here my entire childhood. I feel like I have the right.
Sure, but we better make it quick. Lots of driving to do still.
Moi, je sais pas, ça me semblerait trop bizarre que quelqu'un qui sonne et qui dise ouais, j'habitais là avant, je peux venir visiter. Je dirais bah non,
This is
frérot.
gonna sound funny, but
Not at all. Come right in.
oh, sorry, I've got to take this. To me, it's perfect here. I don't understand what's so great about our life in Seattle. Don't you ever think about making a change?
Sure, but this isn't the kind of change I had in mind. I get
Ah,
it.
d'accord,
Grew
c'est
up
pour ça qu'ils
here,
sont pris la
so it's
tête.
a baseline of normal. This just isn't my idea of an adventure.
Adventure. It's real here. It's a good place to grow up, to have children. At least it was for me. I can always find myself here. Same stars, same fence, same mailbox.
Ok. Oh, par contre, mon nez, j'en peux plus, les gars. Je vais m'en débarrasser. Si quelqu'un le veut. Oh, je suis sorti de la voiture. C'est pas moi qui contrôle, ok? Incroyable, je contrôle en dehors de la voiture. Ah, je peux juste bouger la caméra, ok? Ah, j'ai récupéré la fameuse
Hey,
boîte.
you need a ride someplace?
Ok, on part donc sur la 3e histoire. Ok. Ok. Donc pour l'instant, comment trouvez-vous le jeu? Est-ce qu'on le continue? Est-ce qu'on l'arrête? C'est vous qui me dites, c'est vous qui décidez. C'est vous qui décidez ce qu'on fait, les amis. Moi, pour l'instant, il me plaît bien. Pour l'instant, ça me plaît bien. Trouve c'est pas mal, toi, mon amour? On continue? Ok, on continue ça, les gars? On continue ça? Et du coup, est-ce que ça vous intéresserait de le gagner, ce petit jeu? Bon, vous n'êtes pas beaucoup sur le live, donc c'est peut-être pas maintenant que je vais lancer ça de toute façon, mais voilà. Donc on y va, on va lancer la course 3, les amis. On va lancer la course 3. Let's go. Poup. On y va, course 3. Voyons cela. Voyons
Listen,
cela.
I'm not your girlfriend. And I'm not your mother. But you'd better finish that pickle. Or else, I'm stealing it.
C'est quoi, c'est ma copine, ça? Pas question, le cornichon, c'est le meilleur.
Me? I'm a waitress, dummy. Waitresses
Ok.
have to be whatever people want them to be.
Serveuse depuis longtemps?
Well, feels like forever. At this point, it's less what I do and more who I am. But not Thursdays. Today's my day off.
Désolé de te traîner ici lors de ta journée de congé.
That's okay. It's nice to sit on the other side of the counter for a change and see how the other half lives. This music, isn't it dreamy?
Ouais, c'est bien pour cet endroit.
I can tell we have some things in common.
Par exemple, c'est quoi ce machin qui
We
bouge
both
seul
have to
là?
live by our wits. Hitchhiking isn't an easy trade. Waiting tables isn't either. I'll show you what I mean. Corned beef hash with 3 eggs over easy, whole wheat toast and hash browns. 2 eggs scrambled with bacon, sausage, English muffin, and french fries with mayo instead of ketchup.
Qu'est-ce que c'est que
3
cette
eggs
merde?
over easy with well done bacon and a side salad, hold the toast, Greek omelet with well done hash browns and white toast, a short stack of blueberry pancakes, coffees all around, and 1 Diet Coke. So, how many orders of toast were there?
Attends, on répète la commande.
Okay, here it is. Corned beef hash with 3 eggs over easy, whole wheat toast and hash browns. 2 eggs scrambled with bacon, sausage, English muffin, and french fries with mayo instead of ketchup. 3 eggs over easy with well done bacon and a side salad, hold the toast, Greek omelet with well done hash browns and white toast, a short stack of blueberry pancakes, coffees all around, and 1 Diet Coke. So, how many orders of toast?
Gardez les rôtis, il y avait marqué non, donc 0. Une.
Nope, 2.
Oh,
3
merde.
if you count the English muffin.
Ok, je vois, t'es bonne. Ça, faut pas dire ça à une fille dans le contexte actuel. Faut dire t'es douée.
Well, you must have been doing something right to have made it this far. I figure there's an art to hitching a ride. You have to be able to read people very quickly. Waiting tables is no different. You get to know what people want before they know what they want. It's a sixth sense.
J'ai mal lu le dernier conducteur.
It's good you managed to lose Hops back there. Let me guess, did he try to make you promise to meet him again?
Oui.
Yeah, we've all made a few of those. This highway is practically paved with broken oaths sworn to Hops, patron saint of useless stuff.
C'est un patron des choses
He
inutiles.
doesn't mean badly, Hops. He's just a bit stuck in the past. That's why he has all that junk in his car. Can't let go of anything. Can't change.
Ok.
People like to solve problems with the tools they understand. Hops thinks all the useful tools are in the glove box of his own memory.
Ok.
That's why it's good you got clear of him. He's a bad influence for someone like you.
J'aime mieux ici quand même.
That's good. You can't live in the past. Well, judging by the faces in this place, you can't live in the present either. Look at these blue screen zombies. Everyone glued to their phones.
C'est qui ça? C'est une
Depressing.
référence à quelqu'un de connu? Je sais pas si vous avez peut-être la ref, un acteur ou quoi, un ancien acteur? Je sais pas du tout. Ou un film.
Very funny. That sense of humor will serve you well when our new robot overlords take over. The living dead all around us. Not you two, though.
Qui?
You and your girlfriend. You were very much
Ah,
animated.
d'accord.
Although, maybe not in a good way. That was some argument.
Comment se fait-il que tout le monde se souvienne que nous nous disputions?
Well, if it wasn't worth arguing over, it wouldn't mean anything, I guess.
Je suppose que c'est une façon de voir les choses.
You were right over there, sitting at the counter.
Alors pourquoi nous disputions-nous? Ouais, je sais pas non plus,
I'm
voilà.
not one to
Ça se trouve pas du
eavesdrop.
tout, hein, je sais pas.
Something about text messages being present. The usual suspects when it comes to couple arguing somewhere in public in the 21st century. I only caught the end of it. It was one of those things that suddenly boils over. One moment you were sitting there having your strawberry rhubarb pie and trying to figure out where the next gas station is. The next moment, when I came back with your check, there was this big scene with you storming out the door.
Ok. Pour quelqu'un qui n'écoute pas, tu as certainement beaucoup entendu.
I just want to be sure there's no trouble on my watch. Like I said, it died down pretty quickly. She hung around for another 20 minutes, mainly talking on her phone. Then she got her stuff and left. Seemed like she was making a plan to meet somebody.
Toujours cette histoire de téléphone. Elle est avec quelqu'un au téléphone.
Nope. See, I'm not that nosy. But when I was wiping down the counter, I found this.
Ah, un indice.
Have a look. You might find it interesting.
Balkantour. Craig Malkus. Argus Gas. Ok.
Weird, right? Gets weirder, though. Check out the back. Seems like some kind of rendezvous. I mean, I figure that's not
Non,
your
c'est pas ma
car.
carte, non. Qu'est-ce que le Balkantour?
Beats me. I just work here. Sorry, Copernicus. I've helped you all I can this time.
Peux-tu m'emmener à la
Sure, I
station-service?
can drop you off there once we get out of here.
Ok. Oh waouh, ça c'est étrange par contre. Oh waouh, il y a des mini-jeux. Ah, mais j'avais pas capté qu'il y avait des mini-jeux. Oh, incroyable. C'est ça qui se passe pendant ces moments-là. Il y a des genres de mini-jeux comme ça en fait. Oh là là. Bon, je crois que j'ai pas compris le sens de tout le mini-jeu par contre, mais. Ah, faut tirer sur les trucs qui bougent. Ah, ok, mais j'avais pas compris qu'il y avait des trucs comme ça en fait. Fichtre. Bon, c'est pas passionnant non plus en même temps, mais ça existe. C'est bon à noter. Bon bref, on va lui reparler.
Pass me the menu, will you? I want to see if they have the seasonal milkshakes in yet.
Oh.
Aw, look at that.
Une carte.
Look at that. It's like a little map of your adventures. How convenient. Even your gas station is there.
Ouais,
Did
je
you
vois, je
notice?
vois.
It's a typical sign, you know, of a lucid dream. Random happenstance, strange coincidence. This might be a good time to test if you have superhuman strength or can fly or something. I think I'll have peppermint mocha or vanilla caramel.
Attends, tu dis que c'est un rêve?
Sure. I mean, come on. Raisin farmer? There's no
Ah,
such
je suis en
thing.
train de faire un
Grapes have
rêve.
farmers.
Ok.
Raisins are dried grapes. End of story. Jeez, where's the waitress anyway? I'd kill for a shake right now.
Mais pourquoi qui se soucie d'aller fouetter si rien de tout ça n'existe?
Well, things become real when we invest meaning in them. When we make them real.
Ah.
It's not a theory. There's a poem about this.
Il y a des,
A
il y a
guy
des
is
messages
having an
profonds
argument
dans le
with
jeu
his
en vrai.
friend.
Hein.
He's freaking out because the meaning of every word, everything, every idea seems to be falling apart. After a while, I understood that talking this way, everything dissolves. Justice, pine, hair, woman, you and I.
Comme quand on répète le même mot encore et encore. Où as-tu lu le poème?
It's my day off reading.
Ok. Robert Haas.
Well, he remembers this lover he had, and that helps him get his head screwed on straight again.
Elle le sauve?
Well, in a sense. It's more that he thinks back to what it was like when they were together, and the different memories come together and leave him with a sense of specificity. That things are real and not just a big pile of words and concepts and stuff that fall apart the moment you try to squeeze them tight. He thinks back to when he was a boy and remembers this river where he would try to catch the little orange silverfish called pumpkin seed.
Clapet de soleil. J'aimerais avoir quelque chose de tangible à quoi me tenir.
But you do. Just repeat after me. Pumpkin seed. The memories are real. Look at me. Don't forget me. See me for who I am. Pumpkin seed.
Qu'est-ce qui t'inquiète autant?
You wouldn't believe how much people project their weird bullshit on me. It's the curse of the diner waitress. Less a real person and more a blank screen.
Ils avouent leurs problèmes?
Oh yeah, plenty of that. But also just these cliches people have with diners. I can't tell you how many swingin' dick detective McGurks I've met in this place. Give me a coffee as black as a moonless night, darlin'. Shit like that.
Les gens aiment s'en tenir à leur idée préconçue.
Everyone has an agenda. People think they come to a diner for food, but they're really looking for something much more profound. They want something, and at the end, they settle up. You bring the bill, and they have the chance to make good again. Everybody wants to be forgiven. It's a simple transaction. You're no different.
Alors, quelle est mon intention cachée?
Well, there's that box you're carrying around and want to get open. You're here
J'avais complètement
looking
zappé
for
la boîte.
answers, but only the warm, cuddly kind. You're not going to hang in when it starts getting heavy.
Tu penses que je ne suis pas fiable?
It's not just you. This whole modern problem of people not really being present, it's everywhere. And technology only makes it worse. Once the robot doubles started showing up, that was the tipping point.
Les robots quoi?
Robot doubles. The first models were so expensive, only Silicon Valley types could afford them, like electric cars. But pretty soon, it got to the point where basically anybody could afford a robot
Un
double
double
of
robotique,
themselves.
putain, je l'enverrai au
You
taf
could
à ma
pick one
place.
up at Walmart,
Le rêve.
one aisle over from the toilet paper and the
Ah, c'est Walmart,
firearms.
ok.
Even the company that produces my cheap-ass phone started them. They claimed they were on a mission to disrupt the human space. I hate that word, disrupt.
Que peuvent-ils faire ces doubles robots?
Pretty much anything you want. But there's where you have to be careful. It acts like you, but it only performs at about
Ah, okay.
70% of your capabilities. It's you, after a bunch of drinks. So, if you're smart, you only trust it to do really simple things for you. Go to the post office, jury duty, fill in for you at your boring job.
Agir comme juré?
But
Ouais, peut-être pas.
people are lazy. They grow dependent on their robos, use them for all kinds of things they shouldn't, making complex calculations, blowing up boulders. People send their robos off to be with their wives, their families, while carrying on affairs.
Ah, ça c'est pas
Check
cool
it
ça.
out. Imagine you and I are in a relationship. Then you notice I'm acting a little slow. My eyes aren't focusing quite right. Like this. Look. See it?
Oui, je vois la différence.
So now you realize that I've just stuck you with a pile of bolts for the evening. Right, so here we are. Two dummies out on a date together. Would your robo be smart enough to know that I'd sent mine?
Et s'il savait, me le dirait-il?
Or would they keep it a secret between themselves? All kinds of ethical issues, right? I don't know. I know you're trying to make your eyebrows move weirdly just to mess with me.
Alors pourquoi n'aimes-tu pas les doubles robotiques?
Did someone stand me up with a robo? No, not exactly. It's more about this thing that happened to me at work once.
Ici?
Not here, dummy. In my former life as a flight attendant. Grab that thing and pull up a chair. I'll tell you all about it. You feel like a sack of bolts yourself doing these safety demonstrations.
C'est pas faux.
People are zoning out, staring at their phones like the blockheads in here, or else just leering at you like you're the first woman they've ever seen wearing a uniform. But you start getting good at spotting the doubles. They're often the only ones paying attention, staring at you with those not quite human eyes of theirs. Technically, no, they're not supposed to be there. But like I said, people bend the rules, and security rarely checks. They're fine on the runway, perfectly docile. But something goes wrong at altitude. Something about the navigation system.
Ah d'accord.
The FAA wanted to study it, but the study got shut down because you're not supposed to have them on aircrafts in the first place. So yeah, I learned to spot them right away. It becomes a job requirement, a matter of survival. Here, try your luck. Have a look at the table. So, 1 mustard, fine. 3 mustards, not so fine. The one on the left is the real one. See if you can track it. Keep your eyes on the prize.
Je l'ai perdu, je l'ai perdu, je l'ai perdu.
Uh-oh, you just accused Mr. Corporate Entitlement of being a robot. Unfortunately, it's really him. That's going to cost you 1 complimentary business class upgrade. Want to play again?
Ok.
Very good. You have successfully enforced airline
J'ai réussi.
regulations. Want to play again?
Je l'ai perdu. Oh, pff.
Very good. You have successfully enforced airline regulations. Want to play again?
Oh, ça accélère d'un coup, je le perds.
Uh-oh.
Putain.
You just accused Mr. Corporate Entitlement of being a robot. Unfortunately, it's really him. That's going to cost you 1 complimentary business class upgrade. Want to play again?
Non, c'est bon.
So, where was I? Pick that up again, and I'll show you what happened next.
Ok.
One time, we were doing a flight into Galveston, and we had a sudden drop of cabin pressure about 100 miles from our destination. No, but imagine this. Everyone's freaking out. I'm trying to help a girl with her arm in a cast to get her oxygen mask over her head. Suddenly, I'm aware of this Frankenstein monster lurching towards me. The robos, they're like an army of the undead.
Mais pourquoi les gens ils font prendre l'avion du coup?
I don't know if they were affected by the sudden change in cabin pressure or what, but they just lost their shit. People are screaming, and we're huddled together like a band of villagers with pitchforks to fight these things, throwing crap at them from the drink cart, locking them in the toilets, and so on.
Ok.
Luckily, they started fritzing out on their own, like Hal in 2001 when his brain starts melting. Let me tell you, as soon as we got over water, adios! Out you go, robos! Threw them right out of the cabin doors.
Logique. Ok. Cette dernière partie ne semble pas
Throwing the
possible.
robos off the plane? No, you're right. That didn't actually happen. You can't just open the
C'est bien
hatch
ce que je
door like
pensais.
that. But it's a nice image, right? I like to think of it sometimes when I'm lying in bed trying to sleep.
On dirait vraiment que c'était resté dans l'esprit.
Maybe so. They're everywhere these days. I can see one in this diner right now, in fact. Can you find it?
Ah, c'est Elvis!
The king. Can you
C'est
believe
Elvis
it?
sur
God, I
l'affiche.
miss the king. They say that it was the first robot double prototype ever made. He actually sent it off to act in some of those cheeseball movie roles he had. That's why they were so bad. Am I? Says the guy who called his own girlfriend a robot. I seem to recall you standing right there, complaining, it's like eating lunch with an automaton.
Ah. J'aimerais bien m'en souvenir.
You really don't remember anything? What you were fighting about? What happened next?
Peut-être que les réponses se trouvent dans la boîte fermée à clé.
Could be. Well, I've got a little game that might help you remember. It's kind of like a telephone seance. Ready?
Ok.
Hello?
Bonjour.
Is that you? This is your girlfriend. Yes, it's me. I'm calling from
Elle est
beyond
morte.
the grave. So, who are you with right now? Am I interrupting you? Oh, a waitress. Is she pretty? Maybe I am interrupting something. See, I told you this is a good game. Okay, so, I'm your girlfriend. Somehow, I'm not with you now, and you don't know why. Except, I am with you right now. That pretty much sum it up? No, this is my game. I get to ask the questions first. What's with this gas station you're trying to get to? What are you hoping to find there?
Ah.
We need to get gas in a sec. Hey, stop it!
Je me souviens d'une dispute.
It's like we spend 1 year falling in love and the next 4 breaking up, right? What took so long? Were you just afraid of being alone? Or maybe you didn't want to be the guilty one, the one who blows things up and hurts me. Were you waiting for permission from me to end it? Waiting for me to give you...
Le feu vert.
Exactly. Waiting for an excuse. What?
Je ne voulais pas te faire de mal.
You didn't want to break anything. You couldn't get over the idea that this great future we were supposed to have could just be wiped out. The beacon we'd always talked about, our light in the bottle, gone. You left it to me. Put it on me to do what needed doing. Well, I finally gave you the sign you were looking for, right over at that counter there.
C'était qui?
You guys need anything else, or you're okay for now?
We're fine, thanks.
You do anything to make it different, right? To fix things.
Je veux juste t'aider.
You still can. And I can be her for you. Together, we'll open the box.
Comment est-ce possible?
You can make it happen. You can make it real. What do you say? Miss the old times? Let me be her.
Oui, vous pouvez la remplacer.
Good. Now it's your turn. You can ask me one question, whatever you want.
Tu as prévu de rencontrer qui à la station-service?
The man on the phone.
Celui du balcon tour?
Yes, the one I was texting when we were eating lunch. The man with many eyes.
Multiples yeux?
Yes. He has 10 eyes, like this.
Comme la mouche humaine?
No, no. He wears them around his wrist, like a bracelet.
Ok.
Even while he sleeps, a few of them keep watch, their eyes open. He also wears an orange vest.
Ok, c'est le gars qu'on a vu sur le siège arrière.
Find the man with many eyes, and his friend, the man with mirror eyes. They're the ones who did this to me.
Comment je les retrouve?
Close your eyes.
Ok, on ferme les yeux, les gars.
Hey, where'd you go? It's like you went somewhere else there, having some irresistible dream. Good for you. You don't have to wake up, but we do need to pay the bill. Works for me. What's the sudden rush? Are you sure? If you're lucky, maybe she hasn't even gotten to the gas station yet. Well, the card has Thursday 4 p.m. written on it, right? That was 2 days ago. And need I remind you that today is...
Ton jour de repos.
Yeah. If we leave now, we can beat her there by nearly an hour and find out who's waiting for her.
Oh, let's go.
Well, that's easy. If I'm made up to look like her, he'll give himself away as soon as we arrive.
Oh, l'histoire, elle prend,
I have a few
elle
wigs
prend
in
un
the car.
tournant ouf, les gars. Intéressant.
Like I told you, I'm an expert shapeshifter. Come on. Time to be forgiven. And time to hit the road. Time to pay the check so we can get out of here.
Let's go, let's go. Qu'est-ce que c'est que le téléphone?
This thing about robots is chilling. It says that 60% of the workforce won't have a job in 20 years. Hey, can you put down your phone for 3 seconds? I'm trying to have a real human connection with you, and you're so tuned out. It's like I'm eating with a robot.
I'm sorry, I know. We need to get gas in a sec. You can tell me about it while we're in the car.
Would you put that thing away?
Hey, stop it! Come on, let go!
Who is that? Who are you writing to?
God, keep your voice down. Look, I've been driving for ages. I just need to space out a little.
A little? It's like you're a million miles away.
Can you just give me a break, please?
We were just taking a break, remember? Now we're back together, but I feel this is the last place in the world you want to be.
Well, that's what I'd call a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Oh,
Ain't
d'accord.
love grand? Come on, let's get out of here.
Ok, ok, je te suis. Je te suis. Je t'essuie.
How do I look?
Tu le ressens absolument comme dans mes souvenirs.
Good. I'm a very apt pupil. A very apt pupil. Here, take my phone. Call for help the moment something looks fishy.
Ça peut pas le fouiller ce téléphone.
Shoot. Right? I did, yes. Right, it was her.
Elle a quitté le restaurant à la
Yes.
première.
And
Pourquoi tu m'as menti sur ça?
Listen, there's something at the end of this road that you don't want to find.
Mais je veux le découvrir.
You do, and you don't. If you only wanted to find it, there wouldn't be all this conflict.
Quel problème?
Drivers lying to you, drugging you with raisins, all the little glitches, things that don't make sense, the static. It's hardly been a smooth ride, has it?
Tu me fais sentir que c'est comme si c'était de ma faute.
I'm just saying, there are two sides to every story, right? The argument back at the diner, maybe there was something missing for her. Something missing between the two of you.
Tu penses que c'était quoi?
Have you stopped to think for a moment about why you keep finding these photographs? Why they are so important to you?
Elle m'aide à me rappeler.
They're a way of capturing reality, right? They're
Les deux
objective,
poésies, on l'a
but
déjà vu
they're
avant, ça.
also you. They tell
Ok.
the story you want them to tell.
Encore la carte, la fameuse carte.
To tell.
Ok.
That camera of yours, it's a weapon too. Take a photo of me, and in the photo, I'll never change. I'll never grow away from you.
Ce sont les seuls souvenirs que je peux encore y croire. Peut-être que tu as raison, elles ne sont pas fiables.
Well, let's test that hypothesis. So, what did you learn back there from your photo?
Elle avait une aventure avec le gars au téléphone.
Oh?
Ouais, c'est clair, j'ai vu le numéro de téléphone.
Oh. You have my phone. Why don't you call it then?
Je ne peux pas voir tous les numéros, il y en a deux qui manquent.
And you think he's also this man with all the eyes?
L'homme avec plein de yeux, oui.
Hey, you said he has 10 of them, right? Have another look at that card. 10 little eyes. See him?
Là-dessus? Non, ça devait pas
Freaky,
paraître...
right?
Elle devait pas parler de ça. Ça devait parler de ça, mais je les ai toujours pas vus. Ah, c'est les sur les i, c'est ça? C'est les points sur les i.
Well, almost there now.
Ok, ok. C'est quoi cette lumière?
Sorry, I don't think your next ride is going to be so comfortable. No free refills and pickles with your fries.
Tu parles de quoi?
Sorry, Copernicus. I might have used you a little like you used me.
Ah, tu travailles pour lui, l'homme avec plein de yeux?
Let's just say, I'm not your girlfriend, and you're not my knight in shining armor. It's nothing personal, just a simple transaction motivated by self-interest. Nothing different than what you chose back at the diner.
Quand est-ce que j'ai fait un choix? Ah putain, je vois le moment où je l'ai laissé la copine remplacer, ça m'a niqué.
Maybe when you chose me to be
Ouais, je me
her,
rappelle.
ring a bell. There's a price to be paid for everything on this highway. The bill always comes
Donc
sooner
ça,
or
il y a
later.
plusieurs histoires possibles. Hein.
Yes, he's almost out. I'll be handing him over in a sec. Hang on, there's a third car now, a Volvo. It's pulling up. What's that doing here? What the hell? Watch it, buddy.
Il y a plusieurs solutions et embranchements possibles, les gars. Ok. Et du coup, je vais juste regarder si les trophées sont compliqués ou il suffit de finir le jeu, en fait. Ok. Ouais. Ah non, ça a l'air... le platine a l'air simple à atteindre. Je pense pas qu'on puisse vraiment le rater, en plus. Ok. Course 4, let's go. On continue, on enchaîne, les gars. Mais donc ce voyage-là, je pourrais ne pas le faire dans le coffre avec une autre... Avec un autre embranchement, j'aurais fait le voyage différemment, c'est ça que vous voulez me dire?
Hello. Copernicus? Is that you? Let me guess. You've gotten yourself into some kind of jam. Swinging by your toes over a tiger cage? Locked in a trunk? That doesn't sound like part of your dream. How'd you manage that? Leah, well, you only get what you deserve from her. Mind your manners and she's liable to bring you a free refill. Rub her the wrong way, and she might just spit in it. She wants to give us the benefit of the doubt, but we seem to be making it hard for her. Speaking of which, did you find the box, Copernicus?
Oui.
Have you opened it yet?
Non, je n'ai pas trouvé la clé.
Figure out a way to open that box, Copernicus. Inside, you'll find out who you really are. Don't mess with him, kid. He's the final gatekeeper. Way too strong. You need to learn the spell first, before you can go up against him.
Le sort? Quel sort, ouais.
Hey, if I knew it, I'd tell you. But let's start by getting you out of that box.
Ok.
Lucky for you, I've got my farmer's almanac here. Let's have a look. Hang on. See, cabbage, caraway, carrot, car trunk. First thing you should do is reach around for the latch. Sounds kind of obvious.
Y a pas de loquet.
Okay, next step. See if you can scare up the brake lights. Can you find them? It's a little gizmo with some wires. Okay. Yank on the wires and try to pull the lights into the trunk with you. Got them? What color are the lights? We need a green light, kid. A steady green light. That's the way forward.
Ok.
Gotta run now. Good luck to you, kid.
Faut que je mette une lumière verte là-dedans. Wow, alors attends, faut que je comprenne. Ok, alors c'est bon. Ça va être bon. Donc du coup, là-dedans, là, faut que je mette du bleu plus, j'ai pas le choix. Ou du bleu moins. Ah, je vais mettre du bleu moins aussi. Du neutre, j'en ai que un. Donc le neutre, en fait, j'ai pas le choix. Ça sera ça. Ok. Le neutre, c'est bon. Attends, parce que là, celui-là, là, je peux mettre que du moins et pas du rose. Donc j'ai que le bleu. Voilà. Là, je peux mettre que du bleu. Donc c'est ça. Ici, je peux tout mettre sauf du vert. Et pas de neutre. Ok, donc c'est du rose, mais ça pour l'instant je peux pas... Ah, là je peux pas vraiment déterminer. Si, parce que ça va forcément là. Ok. Ah ouais, mais là, le moins il va là. Donc là, le plus il va là. Ok. Nice, c'était simple. C'était simple. Ah, c'est ça, cette fameuse lumière verte?
ما أدري شو تسوي بسيارتي.
Oh, il parle en
بس
arabe,
من
ok.
خبرتي بهذا المكان
Et c'est
راح
pas traduit.
تسح بعدين.
D'accord. Français.
English. آسف. ما أدري هاي مو صدق. بس أنا أشعر به. كاني من تصدق حاجة سعر. كل شيء هنا إلها دلالة رمزية. السترن، الجير ولا القرن على الدشبول. حاسة حتى لو أحد إيدي من السترن. السيارة من
Oh frérot,
كيف
calme-toi,
تمشي
je comprends rien.
إيه معود على كيفك.
S'il y a des arabes dans le chat, n'hésitez pas à nous traduire tout ça. Wake up, ça veut dire lève-toi, non?
Suis-je en train es-tu vraiment là? Un fantôme, un mirage, une illusion ou bien es-tu vraiment là? Tu me ressembles tant, mais comment as-tu fait pour devenir ma copie carbone? Serais-tu la chimère revenue des enfers, mais montrer les reflets de mon âme? Qui es-tu, d'où viens-tu, suis-je en train de rêver, es-tu vraiment là? Un fantôme,
Je peux fermer la radio.
ou bien es-tu vraiment là? Tu me ressembles tant, mais comment as-tu fait pour devenir ma copie carbone? C'est presque d'un année mieux, je viens tout faire, mais montrer le reflet de mon âme. Qui es-tu, d'où viens-tu, suis-je en train de rêver, es-tu vraiment là?
Je comprends pas comment faire pour que ça s'arrête.
Un fantôme, un mirage, une illusion ou bien es-tu vraiment là?
Ça, je pense, c'est juste.
Tu me ressembles tant, mais comment as-tu fait pour m'épargner? Et quoi tu firefly, está tan bajo que no puedes find my way back to ici.
Yo mamouche.
Piacete tutta ia dege. Un fantôme, un mirage, une illusion ou bien es-tu vraiment là? Pour devenir ma copie carbone. Serais-tu la chimère revenue des
Je comprends pas ce qui se passe, les gars. Je suis bloqué là.
mais montrer les reflets de mon âme.
C'est pas bon là ce que j'ai fait.
Qui es-tu, d'où viens-tu, suis-je en train de rêver?
J'ai réussi à Aslan, il y a mon frère qui y est. Oh. Qui est Aslan, ton frère? C'est qui ton frère?
Un mirage, une illusion ou bien es-tu vraiment là? Tu me ressembles tant, mais comment as-tu fait pour devenir ma copie carbone? Serais-tu la chimère revenue des enfers, mais montrer les reflets de mon âme? Qui es-tu, d'où viens-tu, suis-je en train
Ok.
de rêver?
Bah, GG à lui en tout cas. GG à lui.
Un fantôme.
Oh, ça va me saouler là. Pourquoi je peux pas arrêter la radio là? C'est bon, c'est en français là.
Tu me ressembles tant, mais comment as-tu fait pour devenir ma copie carbone?
C'est
Serais-tu la chimère vue des enfers? Qui es-tu, d'où viens-tu, suis-je
Ah, mais je suis pas censé le mettre en anglais, du coup.
Es-tu vraiment là? Orite nadite tu horizon das totelos tu dromo. He oído que el cielo está tan bajo que no puedes pararte derecho. He oído que el cielo está tan bajo que they are stumbling on my way back.
Ok, c'est bon. C'est ça, fallait le mettre en anglais.
English? No, sorry.
Non, c'est pas moi, c'est lui là.
I could of course back in the real world, but it doesn't seem to have come with me into this place. To me, this sounds like Arabic. I guess it depends on one's perspective. Anyway, as long as you're not going to start shouting at me again, it's an improvement.
Ça, c'est ballot pour nous parce qu'on est forcément attiré par le mettre en français alors que bah, du coup, les voix sont pas traduites en français, c'est trop bizarre. Tu m'as kidnappé?
Kidnap you? I don't think my singing is that bad. Man with many eyes. Look, I understand you're ready to point fingers. I feel the same way, watching you appear out of thin air next to me. But honestly, I hardly understand the word that's coming out of your mouth, even now that we're speaking the same language.
Je pense que tu fais semblant de ne pas me connaître.
Now I know you must be an English speaker. The only people in the world convinced that every story revolves around.
Ah, les bâtards.
Who are you, anyway? I'm not sure, actually.
Il est pas sûr de comment il s'appelle.
It's funny. On this highway, everybody calls me
Al-Shatir. Je m'appelle Copernic.
Copernicus, huh? Suddenly, this doesn't seem so arbitrary.
Qu'est-ce qui vous fait dire ça?
Never heard of Ibn al-Shatir? A famous astronomer. I guess you don't learn about him in your schools.
Ah.
One of the forefathers of astronomy. In many ways a predecessor to...
Copernic?
Yes, that's right. Copernicus, Al-Shatir. Two iconoclasts from different lands who challenged the belief that the sun revolved around the earth. Two dreamers who had the conviction that their unique consciousness is not the only thing in the center of the universe. Maybe you're not just part of my story, like I'm not part of yours. You were trapped in the trunk, where I've been many times. It's like
Ah, t'étais aussi dans le
you've
coffre.
wandered into my dream, and I've wandered into yours.
Comment est-ce possible?
How should I know? Somehow the
C'est Inception,
streams
le
have
jeu.
crossed.
Inception.
Disturbance in space-time continuum.
Ah, faut avoir suivi depuis le début, ma mouche, en même temps, parce que là, ouais, tu vas être perdu. Hein. Tu vas être perdu. Pause panoramique. Panoramix. Ah, y'a pas de soucis, ma mouche, y'a pas de soucis. Tu rêvais de quoi?
Me? Yes, safety. A place far away from wars. From bombings. From the cockroaches that crawl out as soon as the dust settles. On the news, you hear only about armies and religious madmen. But it's the gangsters that drove me away. They're the ones who did
Ah,
this
ils lui
to
ont
me.
coupé un doigt, ok. Quel type de gangster?
The El Mahdi army. They called themselves an army anyway. They were looking for my brother-in-law because he worked as a translator for the US military.
Ah ouais, travailler dans l'armée américaine quand t'es dans un pays comme ça, c'est pas ouf, hein.
And so we did, twice.
Ils ont fini par trouver ton beau-frère?
Luckily, no. He was safe with the army, beyond their reach. A few years passed and we forgot about the threat. Life had returned to normal. And that's when they came back and
Ah,
picked me
d'accord,
up.
d'accord.
2 days later, when I woke up in a Baghdad hospital, I found out that they dumped me off there and told the hospital that I'd hurt myself in a work accident.
Alors c'est là que t'as décidé de partir.
Yes. After that, I couldn't stay.
Ok, je vois. Raconte-moi comment t'as fait pour t'évader.
The women in my family, my mother, my sisters, they were the only ones who knew.
Mais pourquoi pas les hommes?
I was very close to the women in my family. They were the
D'accord.
ones who were around all the times while I was recovering. The men, my father, my
C'est très joli,
brothers,
je trouve, les petits nuages et
always
tout.
working, always out of the house. I got on a plane to Istanbul, where my cousin lived. He took me to Izmir, where the smugglers are. They're easy to find. I
Ok.
bought a space on a vessel, headed to Mytilene, Greece, the closest harbor in Europe.
Tu n'as pas peur qu'il t'arnaque. Ok, donc la paye des passeurs pour aller en Grèce, ce qui est souvent fait en fait. Hein. La Grèce, c'est une bonne porte d'entrée pour l'Europe, pour les gens qui essaient de fuir les guerres,
Once you go
etc.
to the other side, you
Là, il y a la
show the
Grèce et
token.
l'Italie.
Only then
En
does
plus,
the
ils donnent des
broker
papiers
pay the
facilement.
smuggler.
Donc,
We couldn't leave for 5 days. Too many Greek army ships in the sea. Every morning.
Après, ça
getting
vous la
up
porte
at
à toute l'Europe, du coup.
3:30 to make a go of it. By the 5th day, I was so tired of waiting that I wasn't even scared to get on board any longer. Finally, impatience had overtaken fear.
En vrai, c'est dommage que tout soit pas traduit en français. Si on traduit les voix, ce serait ouf. Raconte-moi ce qui s'est passé après.
We did not make it to Europe. A boat pulls up next to us. People are trying to understand what's going on, but the men on the ship only speak Greek. At first, people are worried that it's pirates. They take everything from the passengers. Sometimes take the passengers themselves. Sometimes just ram the boat
Ah, ça doit être les gardes-côtes.
and laugh as it sinks. But no, these are police, it turns out.
Ah, la police turque.
They take us
Ok.
back to Turkey, where I'm waiting, and waiting, and waiting. Of course, I did not remember all this in my dreams at first. These were things I remembered from clues I found along the highway.
Ça me dit quelque chose.
I've dreamed this highway, this car before, many times.
Pourquoi tu rêves d'une autoroute américaine?
It's a good question. I had an uncle once who left Iraq many years ago to study engineering at the University of Bowling Green. I guess this made an impression on me. Who knows why we dream the things we dream? What is your dream about?
Je ne suis pas certain. Peut-être juste une rupture.
A breakup? That's it?
Ou peut-être un kidnapping.
Ah, that's more like it. Who has been kidnapped? Who's this person that's been taken away from you?
Ma copine.
Do you have a photo? Who knows? Maybe I've seen her. Somewhere along this highway. I know her. The same woman, but with different hair color. I just saw her at the gas station a few miles back. An imposter? But she waits tables at Dante's, right?
Exactement, cependant elle m'a trahi.
Betrayed by a friend. That's a familiar.
Enfin, c'est moi qui ai trahi plus en fait. Hein.
And yet, the waitresses at Dante's usually play it straight down the line. They can dish it out, but they only give you what you deserve.
Ouais, je sais, c'est moi qui ai merdé.
See, that was your first mistake. In this place, it's important to see things for what
Ouais,
they
je sais que j'ai
really are.
merdé, je sais.
Keep them pinned down. The moment you start shifting things around to suit your needs, well, you're like Pandora, opening the box.
Ah, c'est la boîte de Pandore que j'ai dans le sac que je dois ouvrir. Ah bah, mouche, faut passer sur le live. Et faut voter pour des jeux que tu peux jouer.
It looked tense.
Soit la taux.
she was defensive.
Plus t'es là tôt, moins il y a de monde en général.
Explaining
Quand tu
herself.
lances live, il y a moins de monde.
I don't think they fully believed her.
Tu as réussi à découvrir ce qu'ils cherchaient. Ils avaient l'air de quoi?
One man was very in orange face.
Ah,
He seemed to be in charge.
le gars que je cherche.
Another shorter guy next to him. Mean looking,
Une musarène.
like a shrew. A trap. So they were looking for you?
C'est juste que je trouve nul, genre de faire 3 fois de suite FIFA. Bah écoute, c'est les gens qui votent, hein. La majorité. C'est toujours comme ça. Je ne sais pas comment j'ai fait pour m'échapper.
Sounds like getting in my dream. Getting in the trunk. May have saved your neck. No, I didn't get a look. I just heard one strange thing they said. That they were looking for
Oh,
a guy
d'accord, ils cherchent
with
notre
8
ami d'avant.
fingers. They were going to find him.
Oui, chien.
Something like that. 8 fingers. 8 digits, maybe. Uh-huh. And you wouldn't happen to have a strange blue box with you, would you?
Oui, pourquoi mentir? Non, je n'ai rien du genre. Ah, je sais pas si je dois lui dire la vérité. Je sais pas si je dois dire la vérité, les gars. En vrai, pourquoi j'étais dans son coffre? Mais en vrai, s'ils auraient voulu me voler ma boîte, ils auraient pu, avant de me mettre dans le coffre, voler mon sac. Les enfants, les enfants. On va dire la vérité.
That was the other thing they mentioned. They have the key, but don't want the box opened.
T'as vu par où ils sont partis?
No, I didn't get a look.
Ceux qui ont la clé, ça m'intéresse.
Say, have you noticed how many tumbleweeds there are suddenly?
Ouais, je vois, il y en a 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. J'en vois 4, hein.
I don't know.
Oh,
But the weather
okay,
also
okay.
seems to be turning suddenly. Turn on the radio and see if you can find a weather report. My God!
Oh,
Get that
what
thing
the
off the
hell?
window.
Ah, c'est les
Get it
yeux!
off! Get it off! It seems to be changing the weather conditions.
Sunny sky. Sunny sky.
Welcome.
Sunny sky.
Suddenly,
Woman at the
it's
information
sunny.
window.
It's not working. They're stuck to the car. We need some other kind of weather to get clear of them.
My signals.
Level 3 thunderstorm. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail.
Looks like tornado conditions now. Look, the tornado. It's starting to pull the tumbleweeds off the car, but it's not strong enough.
Warning, tornado 20 feet from car. Tornado warning. tornado 60 feet from car.
Merci ton passage, voilà, Alex, bonne soirée, je suis content que le jeu t'ait plu. Qu'est-ce qui va se passer du coup où je serai avec nous? J'arrive pas à te faire prendre la taille correcte.
Tornado.
Voilà.
It worked. Oh, good riddance.
Ok, nice. Nice.
Look, that was very strange. Even for this place.
Je suis d'accord.
And the eyes on those things. It seemed they were spying. Searching for something. Did you notice? What do you know about these guys? The ones who are after you? Seems he had a few extra to spare for the tumbleweeds. I see. What else? Oh, let's see.
C'est ça.
Balkan tours? Not directly, no. But I've heard about them. From a guy in Istanbul I met. He had made it through to Europe, but then had come back to get his family.
Ah, c'est des passeurs.
But that's another story. He had come across this Balkan tours on his way back from Serbia. He warned everyone about them who would listen. Apparently, they had a charitable program to help refugees, promising to help them. But no one who accepted their help was ever seen from again. People just disappeared.
Je vois.
And it wasn't just people in the refugee community either. Tourists too. There were strange stories.
La Serbie, ma copine y était l'an dernier. L'été dernier.
Did she mention anything about this Balkan tours to you? Yes, I guess merely the fact that you ever saw her again suggests otherwise. Still, it seems like a connection. Well, I hope she hasn't fallen into their hands now. Some of the stories circulating around refugee camps in Serbia at this time. I only heard bits and pieces, nothing very clear. Mirrors, rooms full of mirrors. People losing their minds and never
On a dit avec les yeux miroirs dont il parlait avant.
Yes, people who were heading from Turkey into Croatia and Serbia were being warned about it. Watch out for mirrors. Rooms full of mirrors. Rooms full of eyes. Well, my friend, I think right now the best thing you can do is run for safety. They probably have a good beat on your location, assuming the tumbleweeds were on their payroll. Make no mistake, these guys are dangerous. Honestly, I have no idea. But tangling with Balkan tours right now would be suicide. I mean, it's what they want, isn't it? Right. Where did you get the box? They must be worried about what's inside. Worried it will expose them.
Ok.
All the things they've done. To her and to all the other people they've hurt.
Alors, quel est le plan? Où est-ce que nous allons?
I wish I knew. Even if I make it to my destination, I'm still not home. That's what it means to be an exile.
Ok.
My niece, Nadia, used to ask me that question all the time. Where are you going, uncle? She was the only young person who knew I was leaving. Imagine, she knew when my father didn't. I was always mad at my sister for telling her. She would ask me that when I was putting her to bed.
Qu'est-ce que vous lui répondiez?
The only thing you can tell when a person that young asks you a question like that at bedtime. I told her the truth. Not the truth, but the truth wrapped in the blanket of a story.
Ok.
There's a place where the river Tigris runs through Baghdad. A place called the Two-Story Bridge. When I was a kid, I would go fishing there and look out at the water and wonder where it all led. As a child, I was told that the farthest place on the earth from Baghdad is a place called Fiji. I would train my eyes on the horizon and imagine that all the water led there, to the point where the sky met the earth. To my child's mind, Fiji was the place where the sky touches the earth. These people of Fiji, they must be very tolerant people to live in such a place where one has to stoop over at all times and can never stand up straight. Eventually, they resolved to leave and find a new home, where the sky was farther from the earth, where the pandanus tree can grow high enough to be woven. So, they left this land right under the sky, leaving behind those people, so old and bent that they no longer cared to stand up straight. The other Fijians gradually moved away from the edge of the world.
La place de la femme, c'est la cuisine. Et à chaque fois que la femme n'est pas à la cuisine, il y a désordre.
Fertile and lush, with excellent weather.
Le meilleur moment pour mettre ça, vraiment. Bravo.
But there was one problem. Earthquakes. Terrible earthquakes. As frequent as rains during the springtime in this country. All because the sky was still close to the earth. When there's thunder, it echoes off the roof of the sky and causes the ground to break. But the Fijians adjusted. They built their entire civilization out of rubber. Rubber houses with rubber beds that would sway during the quakes, with rubber restraints that would hold the sleeping Fijians tight while they dreamed. But Nadia didn't want a bedtime story about that. She wanted a story about good and evil. The kind of story children like. So I changed it for her to be about a Fijian princess called Nadia, who finds the source of all the earthquakes. Yes, but it's a child's bedtime story. You can change the details as you go along. So, Nadia finds a dragon hiding under the earth. A dragon with a splinter in its toe, whose terrible roaring causes the earth to break. Nadia slays the dragon and saves the people by uttering a magic spell. Konothi se auton.
Qu'est-ce qu'elle dit?
Konothi se auton. It's actually Greek. Rolls right off the tongue, no? Okay, that was interesting. Can you say that again? Or the mirror eyes closed.
Ah.
Seems like it. And look, that's not the spell's only power. The card. There's a phone number on it now.
Ah ouais.
Do you know what this means? I think you're ready to make a certain phone call. Ready to put your spell to use? Good. Do you have a phone? Even better. So, here's the plan. You call them and tell them you want to sign up for a tour. Here's the thing. If they act like they're taking you on a tour, everything is good. But if they've figured you out, they'll try to distract you while they kidnap you. Take it from me. They tell you someone you care about is in danger. But don't believe it. If everything's fine, then everything's fine.
Ok.
But if someone you know is in danger, it's a trap. Get out of there.
Ok.
Are you ready? Dial the number.
Yeah. Yep, what can I help you with? That's a big park. You near the Argus gas station on Route 90? Alright, I'll pick you up in an hour. You don't have a car, do you? Just guess from your voice. So, see you in an hour. Don't worry about that.
Ok.
I'll be waiting for you once you land.
Après votre atterrissage.
So, it worked then? I think you'll be fine. Just
il
keep the
disparaît.
spell close at hand. And remember, if they start telling you someone close had been hurt, it's a trap. It's a few minutes before 3:30 in Istanbul. There's another raft waiting. Another try.
Bonne chance.
Thanks. To you too. I think you'll be fine. You have allies all along this road, even in the cars of enemies. I've left something for you.
Hey, sorry I haven't written in a while.
Ah, ma copine. Ok, donc là, derrière la ligne droite du jeu, les amis, on y va, on se lance. Oh, Pikman. Jesse Pikman.
Hey, sorry I haven't written in a while. It took me all morning just to figure out where to buy stamps here. So, I'm sending you something from my trip, like I promised. Last week, I was at yet another barbecue. People here really enjoy their pork chops, let me tell you. There was this old-timer there, the host's father. He was talking about inflation during the war years. He ran upstairs to get
L'inflation, on est en plein dedans, là.
something he was excited to show me. He comes back down with a 50 billion dinar bill. He starts talking about, at the time they printed it, inflation was so bad that in the morning it could buy one sandwich. By lunchtime, it could buy half a sandwich. It's a beautiful piece of printing, don't you think? All these O's lined up next to each other. Anyway, keep it tucked away for safekeeping.
C'est
The
beau,
big
c'est
piece
beau.
of news on my end is that yesterday, I finally tackled my fear of heights. Your humble correspondent from the Balkans went hang gliding. Yes, me. Hard to believe, I know. I wasn't gonna do it, but this tour guide guy I met talked me into it, facing my fears and all that. But then the tour guide takes me to the hill where they do the hang gliding, and they're talking about the most crazy thing that happened the week before. You're not going to believe
Ah,
this.
et l'autre, il me retrouve après
It's
mon
a tandem
atterrissage, c'est de ça
dive,
qu'il
so they
parlait.
have you strapped in with
Ok.
an instructor, right? Well, last week they strapped someone in, but the instructor forgot to strap himself
merde.
in securely. They go running off the cliff and the instructor tumbles down the hill. The instructor was okay, just some bruises. But now the other person is stuck up in the air with no idea how to fly the thing. Everyone on the ground is freaking out, yelling instructions up in the air about what to do. The girl said later that once she got over the initial terror, it was like she'd been flying a hang glider all her life.
Waouh, c'est beau. C'est un
It must
agréable
have been
moment.
exhilarating, conquering that first wave of fear. And once you're up there, It is amazing. The best thing is that you look down and there are these tiny white cotton ball things on the ground, and then you realize they're sheep. It's not so hard to steer either once you get the hang of it. Today, when I was looking for stamps, I bought one of those inspirational refrigerator magnets in a tourist shop. It says, "Do one thing every day that scares you." I know you think this kind of thing is cheesy, but I actually think it's profound.
Oh merde! Oh merde! Oh le con! Oh merde!
I hope we can do stuff like this on our road trip together. Can we? Sometimes I hate how we live in Seattle, just sitting around in our own heads all the time. I feel like it's the reason we've been arguing
Je sais
more
pas du tout où est-ce qu'on doit aller.
before I left.
Sans bien gentil. Là, là, là. Là, 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 là. Là, là. J'ai.
If you don't shake the fear out of your system on a regular basis, it curdles up into anger. I don't want to be angry.
Là, là, là. Wesh. Oh, c'est quand même compliqué d'être Dieu. C'est du lait pasteurisé.
Time for your idealistic correspondent to sign up. I'm so used to writing emails that it hurts my hand to write a real letter now. How sad is that?
Là, là.
But I promise to write more often.
Je vois même plus le truc. Il est trop blanc, je le vois plus.
And what about
Oh, je l'ai
you?
attrapé, ok.
I don't expect a real letter, but an email would be great. How is everything going? How did it go with that California assignment? The thing about grape farmers? That was this week, right? I miss you. I feel a little nervous about coming back home to you, but a little nervousness is nothing to worry about. That's what I've learned here. Fear is the mind killer. Love you.
Ok, là on va l'atterrir, je suppose.
Jeez, there you are.
Oh wow, ok.
Nice of you to grace us with your presence. I've been looking all over for you. You were supposed to be waiting by the post office, remember? Look, we've all got a lot on our minds since the accident. I don't have time to drive all over Mankato looking for you. Barely gotten any sleep since it happened. Duh, the accident, right?
C'était grave cet
She's
accident.
in the ICU being evaluated for something called sub-fucking arachnoid hemorrhage. So, yeah, she's great, dude. Never been better. What? Hang on. Shut up. This isn't just any kind of phone call.
Il est dans le futur,
Yes.
lui.
No, I know. No, he turned up eventually. Yeah, he's sitting right here. Do you want to talk to him? Should I put him on live with you? No, I didn't think so. Yes. Okay, I'll wait then.
Je sais pas ce qui se passe, mais ça se passe.
What? It's called a headset.
Hein?
It's a good way to not wreck your car while you're using a phone. Something I would think you'd be very invested in at this point. Look, it was an accident, I know. Sorry. But you just don't pull a phone out of someone's hand while they're behind the wheel. You should have known better.
Ah, c'est ça qui s'est passé. J'ai chargé le téléphone d'Emma de ma copine et... Je pense.
Expect some delays around the route
Je pense.
Copernicus.
Oh.
What?
Don't say anything. He can't hear me. Only you can.
Ah, ok.
Listen. Don't say a word. Do you have that locked box? If you do, roll down the window as a sign.
Je vais vérifier. Oui.
Hey, do you mind? I'm trying to listen to this.
It's okay. You can close it now. No point in making him angry over nothing. Okay, good. You can't let these guys get a hold of that box. He may even have the key on him, this guy. They're taking you to her, but you have to be careful. You need to figure out how much they know. For those of you heading south on I-169...
To the hospital. Is this funny to you? Because it's not to me.
Ok.
Do you really want to go there? You really want to talk about this? Now? Of all moments? Fine. Listen, I know that she wasn't honest with you, that she couldn't bring herself to be straightforward about her feelings. I know it hurts you, man. But you two have been growing apart for a while. In the end, she just wanted to be with someone more dedicated. That's the direction she was growing in. It didn't happen overnight, but the trip to Europe and meeting Craig, yeah, that was a big part of it.
C'est Craig qui lui a fait du mal, pas moi.
Oh, is that what you tell yourself? That all this is somehow his fault? Fine, whatever. Yes, we're all working against you. Are you satisfied now? Because this is hardly the time to bring your hurt feelings out onto the stage. Can I tell you something? You're a great photographer. I mean, nobody doubts that, man. But at some point, if people keep screwing you over, keep betraying you, at a certain point, if everywhere you go, people keep being assholes to you, well, guess what? Maybe you're the asshole.
C'est pas faux. C'est pas faux, c'est pas faux.
The radio? Sure, go ahead.
Copernicus, there's no time to lose. You have to act quickly now, before he puts that helmet on again. Use this bell. Stop him.
What? Yeah, know thyself. That's what I'm talking about. Gnathi seaton. Greek for know thyself. That's a good start. I know you've had a rough 24 hours, but we all have. I mean, she's my sister after all.
He's lying.
Hang on again, I gotta get this. Yeah, I'm here. We'll be there in just a few minutes. Yeah, he tried it just like we expected. No, I'm fine. Yeah, I agree. It's time to call his bluff.
Step on the brake. Stop him. Do it. Step on the brake.
Ah, what are you doing? Let go.
Lui, il est défoncé. Et il était vraiment en train de lâcher les plans comme ça au calme au téléphone. Voilà, je peux pas fouiller, je peux rien faire. Ah, son portefeuille. Oh, la clé. Let's go. Oh, une énigme. Trouve une image mémoire pour chaque son.
I'm going away for 2 months. I'll be back before you know it.
Je m'en vais pour 2 mois. Super ça.
Here's a security deposit.
Voici un dépôt de garantie. Je sais pas trop.
I wasn't gonna do it, but this tour guide guy I met talked me into
Ça,
it.
c'est ça.
So, I'm sending you something from my trip, like I promised.
Je dirais que c'est ça.
That was some argument.
You two came by my house, yes? See, that's my silo.
La maison.
There in the background.
That was some argument.
C'était toute une dispute, c'était au café.
Here's a security deposit. It's great, right? I'll send you something special
Ok,
from
c'était bel et
Europe
bien
to put
ça
inside.
ici. Donc
So,
ici,
I'm sending you something from
ça
my
devait
trip,
être
like I promised.
ça.
It's a beautiful piece of printing, don't you think? All
Ok.
these O's lined up next to each other.
Donc ici,
The argument
hop,
back at
ça
the
c'est bon.
diner. Maybe there was something missing for her.
Let's go. Donc maintenant,
She thinks you've caused some kind of accident.
une sorte d'accident. Ok.
Visiting hours are until 7, so yes, you'll
Ça,
get a
c'est
chance to
l'hôpital.
see her.
Ok.
Find the man with many eyes. They're the ones who did this to me. He has 10 eyes. He wears them around his wrist, like a bracelet.
Ok. Les femmes habillées, ok. Ah mais c'est moi en fait, je comprends pas. J'ai qu'un plan pas tout.
Help me! Save me from this man!
Oh le gars a disparu, j'ai même pas fait gaffe. Oh waouh, qu'est-ce qui se passe?
Help me! Save me from this man!
Oh, please, I think you flew into the bottle on purpose. What are you, the public defender to all things living?
Fireflies can't talk. Someone has to speak up for him. If the 6 tiny mittens don't fit, you must acquit.
Yeah, I'll set it free in a minute. I just think this light is incredible.
Let's keep him as our pet.
Now is being cruel. I think I'll always remember this.
This is one of those nights, right?
One of what nights?
We'll always have this. If you ever get to a point where you feel like you've lost me, all you have to do is find your way back to here and sit down beside me.
I hope the grass isn't so wet next time.
I'm serious. Write a note to your future self and put it in this bottle. If there's ever a point where things have gotten totally screwed up between us, that moment isn't real. This one is. All you have to do is find your way back to me.
What if I can't find the way?
That's why I've made you this beacon. A bottle with a green light to show you the way. Sense of direction isn't exactly your strong suit.
Ah, c'est pour ça la fameuse lumière verte dans le coffre.
Let's make a pact. With this honorable firefly as witness.
Là c'est
I
un peu
promise
tricky ma
my
mouche.
screwed up future self won't mess this up for us.
I don't know. My future self can be a real jerk.
Mine too. We're going to make mistakes. Hurt each other. Everyone does it. So, time traveler, what news? What wisdom do you bring from the future?
That it's never too late. That any mistake can be fixed.
Good, if that's what you believe.
Ok. Toute erreur peut être réparée. C'est pas totalement faux. Compléter le parcours 5, ok. Donc on a totalement fini le jeu, ok. Ok. Alors, qu'est-ce que vous avez pensé du jeu? Voilà, là, que ça a bien aimé le temps qu'il a vu. Stéphanie avait l'air de bien accrocher. Les autres, je sais pas ce que vous en avez pensé. Moi, j'ai trouvé ça plutôt cool. Je trouvais ça cool en vérité. Bizarre. Ah, je peux comprendre ouais, que c'était bizarre. Surtout que t'as pas suivi le début, donc ouais, ça peut être que bizarre en fait. Mais l'ambiance était vraiment particulière, mais vraiment sympathique, je trouve. Je sais pas ce que vous en avez pensé. Et au final, l'histoire est belle quand même, je trouve. Je trouve, c'est que mon avis. J'ai trouvé ça plutôt beau, plutôt sympa. Donc, en tout cas, merci à tous ceux qui sont passés sur le live. Merci Mamouche, merci Stéphanie, merci Valalax, merci à ceux qui sont passés sans parler. Aussi Omar Alicia. Il y a plein d'autres gens là. Il y a Odyssia, il y a Gax, il y a Erika, il y a It's the Frit, It's the Ma, Caxips. Voilà, il y a plein de gens. Merci à vous, merci à tous d'être là. Merci à ceux qui ont suivi du coup le jeu. Moi je vous dis merci du coup. Peut-être que je ferai gagner le jeu sur Twitter, je vais voir, je vais réfléchir si on le fait ou pas. En tout cas, je vous remercie sincèrement d'avoir été là, c'était vraiment très cool. Et je vous dis eh bien, à très bientôt pour prochaine vidéo, prochain live, etc., etc. Vous connaissez la chanson, c'était une très belle aventure, on en vivra d'autres. Donc soyez présents la prochaine fois. Demain soir, c'est les jeux multi, donc vous pourrez jouer avec nous et vous pourrez choisir à quoi on joue. Allez, à bientôt, prenez soin de vous, salut, ciao, oui, demain soirée multi, faut pas oublier, t'as bien raison, salut, ciao ciao.